What's going on? Hold on. It's gone, y'all. Yeah, let me get set up. Let's see. We're gonna talk about content, how to maintain it. Let's see. I'm gonna put it nonprofit. I'm gonna set this up. Okay, I'm gonna talk about a little something. I know I'm live. Yeah, Topaz and them. I had to go. I had to do a live stream. Yeah, Bishop's doing the live. I can't do that because when everybody does it. Sometimes I like living on the weekends. Okay, content, control, and long-term results. Okay, let's deal with that. Okay, when you talk about content, this is what I recently did. I'm gonna show something. There's a screen share because I know people sky watching right now. Shouts out the ones that sky watching. Let me do this real quick because this is very important. I'm gonna talk about my channel, how I build it. Yeah, ain't nobody in the chat. Okay, cool. It's just one person in the chat. Okay. How you do content is kind of strenuous. I think people just get in an emotion, whatever, and then this is kind of very unique. And yeah, my subscribers done went up. It's just like the Social Blade predicted. But yeah, this is what I've been doing recently. All right. But let's go back in time, my old stuff. And this is what I'm talking about. Now, 9 years ago, I came out with this video. This is like my second channel, y'all. And I'm getting a feel to it, but most people don't really care. But you know, that's just what I do, and I get results. I think me and DJ Kuda talked about this, and a lot of people try to say that's the evergreen content. So when you talk about evergreen content, that's it. Oh, Toya subscribe. Okay. Appreciate you, Toya. Yeah. And we did that. And yeah, she said let's collaborate. And okay, I just did that. Okay. So my subscribers is probably going up. Okay. Yeah. So back to this stream. Seal Solomon, I had like what 292 views. And that's people that come to watch you if they ever watch my videos. And then I was doing this, the Lost Tribes. I was on my Hebrew Israelite stuff. The map Mesopotamia, I did that. Got a lot of views. It was pre-records actually showing, and then the Bible, King of the Day, 500. It was up and down. And then the lowest view I had in pre-records is probably showing the Bible. A lot of people didn't care. Now the new Caliphate, to me, was fun. I like this. I think most of them come from my phone. Most of them come from the computer camera. I had a Dell Inspiron at the time. This got like 1,000 views and people liked it. And people start fucking with it. And I show pictures and scriptures and things like that. Now, yeah, that's the lowest. That's higher than that one. Elder Young One. I was cool with him then on Ustream by Elder Young One. Dropping scriptures, info, and prophecies. That's the lowest I've had. And the highest one, they talk about the New Testament. People kept, it's a pre-record. It's like 7 minutes and 36 seconds. 7 minutes and 36 minutes. 36 seconds, and then 11 and 30 seconds, 11 minutes. So I have like a lot of views on this. Okay. it is like evergreen content. I have like these a lot of people don't care and get views. Sometimes it's the titles, what you put out. I was reading through my phone, at the cell phone at the time. And when the cell phone had internet, the iPhone and things like that. See, back at that time, internet was on the phone too, but it wasn't no smartphone. But the smartphones didn't really create internet. You had it in 2012. Now everything was upgraded. But at the time, I was young. I was like in my mid 20s. I was like 24 years old. I was like 23, 24 years old. This is when I really produced content and I got up in it. The Valley of Dry Bones is a good one. Y'all can watch that. Um, I can play that for you now, but I'm just showing you what I've done content wise. And then when I start going here and here, but here's where I went and got a lot of views, 23,000 views with the truth about the more science. I got it from a website, and then I was in the apartment at the time. Then I did the gold and silver will not save you, according to the analogy. This is when I really cammed up. So this is me, Myth of Christ, Deuteronomy 28. I was going in and put it in parts, ancient Idumea. My views was up and down, but the views I had the most, the descendants of Japheth, it kind of pissed a lot of people off. That right there got me 1,000 views. Sometimes it's what you're doing on topics, but I can get views. Pontius Pilate, Titus Flavius. See, I did this on the computer pre-record. See, I can produce content. 5,000 King Nebuchadnezzar's dream. That was 29 minutes pre-record, right? Explaining. I can get into these real quick. But we're going to go with the Valley Dry Bones, and we're going to show you how content is produced. And then I'm just going to just show you what it was. Now, the other stuff you can watch is 2,000 views, like the Indo-European languages and things like that. The Moors Journey, that's 45,000 views. That's 8 years ago. Ancient Europe. See, I can produce content. I can be different. And I can show you that. This is my old shit. And here's the cutoff. The cutoff is the Punic Wars. That was 3,000. Then I did the second. Now, this is I will say this is somewhere in January. This is pros and cons of utilitarianism. I talked about this 6 months ago. That got less views. And there's a reason. I was pre-recording the whole time through the month of February. I'll say January and February. And that's where I had to stop. Utilitarianism in the final. That was 3 months ago. And I was in the months. But this was somewhere in April. Response to the Manosphere Madness. I had another one. I deleted it. Then I had the Manosphere Madness in black. Open discussions. That's a self live stream. Some of my self live streams, random. And then the final part of a pre-record. Here's a pre-record, the final part. Now, random is a self live stream. This one is the final part of nihilism. That's a pre-record. Epicureanism, these are live streams. I think this is a live stream. These two. My thoughts on Aaron Fountain, Epicureanism of Black Pill Talk. I was like, well, out there. This is when I started doing live streams. Nihilism in the Modern Black Manosphere. And what you see now, Special Day. This is when I start having Wacky and She. They came through the first day ones. Toxic through the Pfizer. And the one with the DS1 Manosphere, mainstream media is about trends. That's it. That was a 3-hour stream. God damn. So I'm gonna play my old shit. Me and Kuda talk about evergreen content, so it's kind of produced. What's going on, Queen? Salute. Yeah, you just listening in. All right, appreciate it. But yeah, I'm just gonna play some of my old content, see what I sound like. We're gonna go into
phone
it.
Charging slowly. This is the fastest phone charger on the market. This $29.
Shalom. This is going to be called the Valley of Dry Bones. Ezekiel 37, the Valley of Dry Bones. The spiritual death and the resurrection of the Israelite nation. In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, the prophet is inspired by the Most High to give a very interesting prophecy concerning to the condition and a redemption of the nation of Israel. The prophecy seems to be somewhat controversial because many men with little understanding of Yah's holy things have attempted to explain this. I've heard preachers try to turn this prophecy into something other than what Yah intended to be. With what being said, the next questions are: what is Yah saying through the mouth of Ezekiel? Who are the dry bones? What is the symbolism or meaning of this prophecy? On this page with the guidance and the will of Yah, I will show you what this very important prophecy means, to whom it is addressed. My goal is to provide a greater understanding of who the Israelites are.
Salute, Juan Jays.
I pray that Yah open your mind and give you understanding. Ezekiel 37:1. The hand of Yah was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of Yah and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. Verse 2. And caused me to pass by the roundabout, and behold, there were many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. This is the scripture. And it says Yah is given the prophet Ezekiel, that's the Hebrew name, a vision of the valley which is full of bones. These bones were once people, the people of Israel, and Israel has been dead so long till they are now skeletons. Their skeletons have been in this valley so long till the bones are now dry. There's no sign of life, and these people, as we continue with this prophecy, will see the prophecy will see that Yah is showing Ezekiel's not physical death, but the spiritual one. The third verse, he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answer, O Yah, you know. Fourth verse, again he said unto me, a prophecy upon these bones, say unto them, O you dry bones, hear the word of Yah. Yah told Ezekiel to prophesy to these bones, and heard his words, and now this shows us that the bones are physically dead people, because one does not prophesy to the dead people or their bones. Dead people cannot hear. So we know this is symbolic. Yah is equating to the condition of Israel with that dry bones in a valley. Before we continue with this chapter, we must examine how and when Israel became spiritually dead. Hosea 13:1. When Ephraim spake trembling, he exalted himself in Israel, but when he offended in Baal, he died. Verse 2. And now then they sin more and more, and have made them molten images, idolatry of their silver and idols, according to their own understanding. All of it, the work of the craftsmen, they say of them, and let the men that sacrifice kiss the cows.
Now, this is a old video of content, and it's like Kuda said, it's gems. Some people look at it, it's evergreen content. What he was talking about last night, that's what I produce, and that's what you hear. And I was reading scriptures off of this website link. But the thing is, my stuff has been soundproof for years now. That's like a little Bible verse. That's just a small example. I'm just going to cut it off from here. I ain't going to play all of it. I'm just giving you the examples.
Other things, Ezekiel 37:10, I prophesied and command, things like that, the scriptures and culture and lineage, and this is all the part. I don't have to get all this, but most of you know the story and the judgment throughout the earth. So this is the dry bones. I didn't want to read all the whole information so long, time constraints. But so with that, I want to say, may Yahuwah bless you, get the understanding. All I want to say is shalom.
But see, that's my old content. Back then in those days, I came from that era, you know, and a lot of people just don't understand that that's a piece of my content right there. And I was doing it on a different laptop at the time. See, I'm on the Chromebook showing you this stuff. I mean, I saved all my stuff, saved all my shit. Let's see, the Valley of Dry Bones. That was actually a good one. It's actually a good one. I mean, I ain't gonna get into more. So that's like 43 minutes. I ain't gonna do a long one. It was a short one. Then Idols and Vandals. Let's see, Myth of Christ, Gold and Silver Will Not Save You. That's like 109 views. I did that on scripture. That was me. Old Testament Book of Remembrance. Okay. Which one? Some of these are long. Now, Nebuchadnezzar dream is 5,000. You can look at that. Diverse kingdoms and things like that. These are pretty good. I'm just trying to kill some time. But let me say this. The King Nebuchadnezzar dream. How should I say this? I can put this in the chat. Y'all can watch that later. But you know, what's going on, Sir Anthony? Salute. I want to shout my boy out. Salute, Sir Anthony. And you know, a lot of stuff coming through. And this is what I'm talking about, how to maintain it. But when you look at the numbers I did back then, they all went up over time. I ain't always had these numbers. This is the type of stuff I was doing the years. But when I left it around my last video, I would say the Punic Wars. That's when I kind of left and took a hiatus. And you see the difference in the months. I was talking about pros and cons because what I learned from last year from BGS and things like that. So, you know, I got some evergreen content that lasts for years. People fuck with it. Which one? I might play. Let's see how I sound like right here. I'm gonna play this one. I ain't gonna play much of it. I'm gonna give you an idea.
Shalom. This is about uniting Europe. This was a prophecy being fulfilled, already been fulfilled. As you can see, the empires cut up like gangsters, a lot of people would say. The Roman Empire was undefeated, like it says on the purple on the bottom. It says German riot and German allies, neutral and Charlemagne, Napoleon, and all those that defeated and came after. Now you got the European Union, known as descendants of Esau. And the descendants of Esau was in all these empires, basically, because a lot of people say the Edomites were all these empires. Yes, they were. They were the same people, it's just different tribes. But at the time that they cut it like gangsters, you can read in Daniel down to the 36th verse to the 39th verse. I'm going to read that. But if you read the very first verse in Daniel 11, it all started from Medo-Persian. I'm going to show you real quick. And that's the silver, that's the brass, and that's the iron. And the feet of the clay. But I'm going back to this. It's because I'm going to read it like it said. In the 36th verse in Daniel in chapter 11. But read the verse first to get some understanding of what really happened. And, you know, the Battle of Thermopylae was a big part of it. And then after that, you know, the sons of Esau became Grecia. They were speaking Greek. Like they created the Apocrypha. Like they called themselves Jews. That's the sons of Esau as well. So, yeah, many Edomites have copied Europe. I mean, remember, Esau lived in the cave. He's the hunter, everybody says. Yes, he is the hunter, but you have to remember he had not been wiped out thanks to King Saul. King Saul have not wiped out all the Amalekite Edomites. It's his fault. To this day, they still ruling.
I'm gonna read the 36th verse. It says, "And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself, magnify himself above every god, and he shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation to be accomplished, for that is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard of any god, for he shall magnify himself above all," like they always do. But in his estate, he honored the God of forces. That means weaponry. They honor weaponry. All these leaguing nations honor weaponry, like you see here in this map. And it says, "And a God whom his fathers knew not." That's talking about us, the descendants of Yasharal, the ones that got scattered four corners of the earth, and the ones that scattered in the nations in Yahzeshua, commonly called Isaiah 11:11. Read that. Where are the brothers scattered? It's in the scriptures. "And he shall honor with gold and silver." That's another form of idolatry that he worships. He worships idolatry, gold and silver. And if you read Ezekiel, commonly called Ezekiel, 7 in the 19th verse, it's a stumbling block for our iniquity. "And gold and silver, and with precious stones and pleasant things." Here's the last verse, and it says, "Thus shall he do it in the most strongholds with a strange God." That is your Jesus, Yeshua, Yahushua, Yahashua, or Yehoshua, whatever you want to call him. Yahushua, Yeshua, Jesus Isis, of the good spiel of the Gospels of the New Testament. And he was also mentioned in Deuteronomy 32 and 17. Like the newly gods, new idols, newly raised up, that it was spoken of in Deuteronomy 32 and 17. The prophecy has been fulfilled in Daniel. So basically, if you read the 39th verse, he ruled with a strange God. That was Christianity, Jesus Christ. And it says, "Whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory, he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for gain." Like you see in this map. I'm going to read it real quick. The major families, it says the Hohenzollern, the Habsburg, Romanovs, Ottomans, descendants of Esau, Edomites. But the marriages they were in is like kings of Norway, kings of Denmark, France, Queen Victoria, Carlos I, Spain, Tarsus of Russia, and other kings. It says, okay, it's talking about the 10 kings. Okay, divide the land for gain. The Germans and the German allies in the darker yellow, but Norway, Germany, Poland, Finland, Russia, Norway, and France. But France was neutral. See, France was neutral. I mean, Spain was neutral. It was, Britain, I'm going to say it like this. Britain, Sweden, and Spain were neutral. But German allies was France, and then Germany and Italy were part of the same thing, same coalition. But Rome never failed. Constantinople in the purple, undefeated. Remember, Rome was a nation empire. It was a nation state, not a sovereign empire, but a nation empire. In the four of the iron and legs. You can read that in Daniel. That's in chapter 2. I'm going to get that, and it says about the iron. I'm going to get the iron. It says the fourth kingdom. That's what they called it. Yahuwah called it the fourth kingdom, right? He said, "And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaking in pieces, and subdue all the things, and as the iron that breaketh all these things shall break it in pieces and bruise." And that's what the fourth kingdom did. It's the fourth kingdom. But if you read Daniel chapter 7, it tells you about the fourth kingdom, and it said it was diverse. Okay? And it says, if you read the third verse, but if you read the first verse, that's a vision of the fourth beast. But if you read the third verse, it tells you, and the fourth great beast came up from the sea, diverse from one another. That's what it said. But if you read down to the seventh verse, it tells you, after this I saw in a night vision, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, and it had great iron and teeth, and devoured it, and brake in pieces, and stamped the residue with the feet of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that they were before it, and it had 10 arms. Like I just mentioned, the 10 arms. Like it said, divided land and for gain. You know, precept upon precepts in Daniel. We just read in the 39th verse. It tells you the same thing. And they divide the land for gain. That's what they do. But if you read north and south, that's Christianity. Islam is the south. Nations unto this day. Unto this day. Okay? Because like it says Egypt, they said Libyans and Ethiopians shall be at his steps. That's Islam. Stone God. Read Deuteronomy 28:64. This is for you Yashroelites that are scattered. You have to understand that our people were scattered because we was in all forms of idolatry and we got failed as a nation. So, yeah, like I mentioned those scriptures in Daniel, you know, it says the same thing. It's not new under the sun. And as you can see, it's neutral, but Charlemagne right here in the red line, and that's Charlemagne. And that's part of it. And I believe that's Charlemagne, and then he failed, and there's Napoleon. And Napoleon was right there in the blue, that's France. That's Napoleon. Charlemagne was Germany and France. So Charlemagne failed, and then you got Napoleon. Okay, Napoleon came in and took it down. And then you got the Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman Empire took down, a lot of people say the Roman state. That's not true because the Ottoman and Roman were in line with each other. See, Rome never failed. It's just the same ideology they were in. It was in Roman theology. See, Roman theology exists today. Okay? Not the Jewish theology. That was made up by the sins of Esau. It was a setup. But Christianity became the norm as Greco-Roman theology. There was in Greco, known as Grecia, like it said in Daniel 11, and it said, what did he say? It said he was exalted himself and magnified himself above every god, every power. And that's what it said in Daniel. And what did it say? It said he in his estate he should honor the God of force, and that's weaponry to this day. And like it said, and what it say? He acknowledged the strange God. Like I just mentioned, the many names of Christ. Like these people come up with now, like Yahushua, Yahashua, Yeshua, Yahushua, Yahushua, Jesus Isis, whatever you want to call this idol. It's another form of idolatry. It's a pagan idol. And that's where everybody's in. They in idolatry. All these religions is nothing but
I did this back like 9 years ago, and August 30th. See, it's 8 years, almost 9.5 years ago, but it's 9 years ago, right? Next month, August 30th, will be like 9 years ago in the Virgo season. I did this around the summertime, and I was something else. The reason I did this is because I was on the Hebrew Israelite tip at the time. This is why I even went into the civilizations and learned history and things like that, and things in that nature, you know. And my content just kind of grew and became evergreen. A lot of people, you know, I talk about different things. I ain't just want to be just a Hebrew Israelite channel. I did that that whole year. In 2012 or something else. I supposed to did it 2011 on my old channel, but that didn't work out. That didn't work out. But this channel kind of eclipsed that, and I'm gonna maintain it for a while. So yeah, look, we're gonna get back to it. I know people is in here watching, but yeah, I'm just basically showing my content, how to maintain it, not just the numbers and viewerships, but how to maintain evergreen content. I'm showing you proof that I was using I was using the computer and the camera and then things like that. I had pictures saved and then I just kept them moving around. If you notice, that's the thing with this type of content. But it's a lot of ant problems. That's that rain. Yeah.
All these religions is nothing but idolatrous worship. But if you see, they cut it up like gangsters. See, Rome was in power. They never failed. They were undefeated. Yeah, it was defeated in 476 CE. That's correct. But you got to understand, they were not defeated because of their theology. Every nation took on the Roman theology. It was diverse. Like you see this map right here, is diverse. The fourth kingdom, like I said in Daniel chapter 7, verses 3 down to the 7th verse, it said it was going to be diverse. If you read the first verse, it tells you in his vision. That was just another vision. And it shows you that it was going to be diverse. But if you look at Napoleon, he came in and that was it. And then Ottoman failed. Then you had the Bismarck Empire. I think that's the small blue one. It's black and blue one. That was Bismarck. And then Bismarck fell. You got the Kaiser Wilhelm World War I. That didn't last long. Let me tell you something. That didn't last long, and they failed. Now you got the European Union and the dollar signs, known as the EU or NATO. That's your beast system. The European Union is based off Roman theology, Greco-Roman theology. But like we hit here in the head of gold, we was there in the Babylonian kingdom. We was there in the Medo-Persia and the Grecia and the fourth kingdoms, like to this day in the succession. But the clay appeared. That's where we are today. Like it said in Daniel, stone crying out of the wall. Stone crying out of the wall. Chapter 2, verse 44, it said, in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up the kingdom which he shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to the other people, but it shall be break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and shall stand forever. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron and the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof is sure. And that is Daniel 2, 44 and 45th verse. And it said, stone cut out of the wall. You see the stone right here, it's breaking everything up. That's Yahweh of hosts. A lot of people say Yah of hosts. It's holding the entity of the dreadful day is coming. The great dreadful day of Eliam, commonly called Elijah. But not the Elijah in the first Kings in chapter 18. This dreadful, that's what it was called. Elohim. Elohim. And that's the dreadful day in Malachi. But you got to understand, in chapter 3, this is the golden idol I mentioned in my video in Daniel. That's what I had. Like we go back, and it shows you, this right here is when they cut it up like gangsters. And if you read Daniel 11, read the whole chapter. But if you read the 36th and the 39th verse, it explains all that. But this is what the sons of Esau did. They studied these empires and learned from them and took their theology and put it in Greek, known as Grecia. Because Philip Macedonia, he failed. He died, and then a lot of people say he died with a fever. That's a lie. They murdered him. And, there's history books to confirm that. I don't have to get that. But like it says, it's Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greece. A lot of people call that the Roman kingdom, but it doesn't say that in the book of remembrance. It says the fourth kingdom. And it says it's going to be diverse. The final empire, that's what they want you to think. That's not the final empire. This is the final empire. Roman theology and Rome itself and Islam together is the final empire. That's the fourth kingdom. It's just when we call it fourth kingdom. See, the European Union is the fourth kingdom. It's the fourth kingdom of men, not the Gentiles in that good spell in Luke 21 and 24. That's madness. Esau wrote that to deceive everybody not to serve the Creator, especially our people, because they in idol worship and being idolatrous people. They're idol worshipers. That's what the nation of Yasharal is today, known as Israel in your Bibles. But they're idol worshipers, and they know what they're doing. And like I said, the stones are cut out of the wall. Y'all's tearing it up. That ideology is coming to pass, man. You got Iran trying to attack. They're trying to stop the war on Iran. U.S. holding back. Like you say, everybody's seeing this thing, and it's coming. Pressure's building up. Like I gotta say, like it's crying out of the wall. You can read that in Daniel 7. It tells you that. Read the 7th chapter, crying out of the wall. Crying out. Like it was going to rule everlasting. That was Daniel's interpretation of the dream. But if you read those, how they failed. Now, Babylon, we know it failed in 539 BCE, and that was Medo-Persia came in there, and then they fell in 31 BCE, and then Grecia came in there. It didn't last long until 168. That's when Rome came in. Rome came in 168 BCE, but it was 3 kings that were Romans, okay? And when they failed, it was 476 BCE by the Franks, and that's your Germans. Germans, right here. Germany, right here. So yeah, this is the map that shows everything, the entity of what's going to happen. It already happened in the past. It's like this now, diverse, and now you got the European Union known. A lot of people say wrong, but I would call it Roman theology, and that's what the Masons will be a part of. So yeah, they're ready for this thing, man. And you see all this, as it shows you. But the Rome was just an empire. It was a nation empire, a nation state. It wasn't sovereign. So it's going to be diverse. It said the fourth kingdom in Daniel.
Yeah, this is one of my old ones, another classic. I mean, it ain't one of the biggest, but I'll tell you this. That one I did was from a computer screen. And I'm going to tell you this. I got plenty of content like that. And me and DJ Kuda said this. He said, I got that evergreen content. Yes, a lot of people call it evergreen content. That's how you maintain it for so many years. And then you just look at my stuff. I've been doing this for a long time. Came back to it when I came back from the Punic Wars. That was the last one I did. And I took a 6-year hiatus to try to, live my life and whatever. And then I came back. I've done this before. This ain't nothing new. If I do this again and come back, it's all about consistency. Because if you're evergreen, people's going to mess with you subscribe wise. And if they see you on panels, this voice is going to carry. But it depends on what you're going to do. I may enhance it and you'll see. But the streaming is what makes it more popular. So I got away from all that. And this Black George is another one. It's short on views. And there's a carnival. I can get views. That ain't nothing. You put the right stuff and the right information in your titles. That's how you keep it the same. But that's just part of it. And this is one of those things you got to look at. So the biggest heavy hitter I started getting was DS1. And then Thai City was the Purple Paradise. That was another one. I have a few of them, Go Professor and things like that. So CG3 is cool. But let me see here for real quick. I'm going to stick with this right here. I want to let y'all hear this. It's a 3-hour stream. We'll see what I say on it. I'll put this in the algorithm. Hold on. Let me hold on for a minute. Yeah, third ward. Let me start it from the beginning because I don't know who's who on here. Oh, Ism. Sorry. Hit you as a mod. Sorry about that, bro. He came through and talked, so DS1. Okay. Let's play this again. What's going on? Yeah, mainstream media is about the trends. That's it. That's the name of this topic. Been in a long panel talk over a cruise with I think his name is Just DeAndre. He had some great information. We chopped it up for almost 12 hours, man. Took a shower. I was drained. That panel land, that was great. But it talks about the trends, what's going on in the structure of the world. So I ain't worried about nothing, It's all about trends. I know the trending is KS or the space or the sphere, and they trying to say the manosphere will go mainstream. I think I seen that video from Wacky. And, Lord behold, someone try to challenge Obsidian by going mainstream, but I'm not going to mention that individual's name because we're not on good terms. So now they backpedaling. But I'm done with niggas at this point. If you're going to do it or don't. It's a trending talk because KS is going to get 5 million next year. He's already going to be $1 million this month. I look for him to get 5 million next year. He'll start off 1 million and then he'll go over. People's live streaming right now. I'm just looking at me right at this point. Yeah, it's always about trends. Let me see. What's trending on YouTube? Because you dudes act like this is what mainstream don't look at. They look at what's trending. I'm sure your screen share. You act like you don't know what's going on. I don't care who that guy popped out. Let me see for a minute. Okay, this is what's trending on YouTube. I'll make a point. J. Cole's mainstream, right? Until Transylvania built the mansion, melons. That's what you got going on. Promise a story. This about microwaves, interesting. The odds of happening are 1 in a million. Mm-hmm. How Israel's Iron Dome works. Okay. Yeah. Spicy King Challenge. All the goofy stuff going on. Charles Oliveira, Michael, highlights. Yeah. We need to talk. Chipotle. Yeah, this is what. Let me get to the good part. Hold on, y'all. Let's get right here. It's a cool. Look at his setup. They have a couch. Yes, they have a raunchy entertainment, but they're talking about real people. And this is what you see on this platform.
and that's Devin Wade himself. Shouts out to them. I watch them like every Tuesday. I'll watch them tomorrow because I think this is great. I'm just going to leave it up the screen. This is where you want to say they can go to mainstream, right? $1 million worth of gaming Devins are recognized online, even though they got their own spaces of entertainment. But the Manosphere will never be that because you got groups and then you got splinter groups that want to be a part of entertainment. So that's where the divide is on this. So KS kind of messed that up for everybody. So, you have to look at it from that angle. So I don't know. It's going to be, all right. Salute DS1. Yeah. And this is what we're looking at, man, and I'm just saying, we're just looking at the big picture right now. I believe what's going on here is very valuable right now. I mean, I always discuss this over at CUDA sometimes. So yeah. I think mainstream media, this is what you do. I mean, that's what we hear.
How it started, hold on.
I ain't got nowhere else to go on television. Someone's going to flip, and it's a political stunt too at the end. They're trying to see what we're made of. But one thing I can say, what's really good, man, like mainstream is just still haven't stopped trending. So yeah. I don't know, man. That's a big picture we got to look at. So, yeah. Yeah, you got people saying we ain't ready for mainstream and all that stuff. Yeah, the whole space thing. Now we got to do our own thing. That's the main thing we need to do. You know what I mean? Because we're going to be good. Oh, man. I got a screen share something.
I don't know what the hell I was eating.
That's what they think of the Black Manosphere. Wow. Yeah, we already know. Mm-hmm. AF is going into town. That's all mainstream media wants. They want guys like him reporting on it. That's my prediction because how can they go mainstream? We got a journalist already attacking the Manosphere. That's just another way of getting it. Okay. Let's go on, New.
Peace.
Peace.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Chilling. Just came up to show some love, man.
Oh, yeah, salute, man. What's going on?
Yeah, chilling, man. Yeah, as far as the subject and stuff, it definitely looked like we back to rugged individualism. It looks like brothers just gotta you know, stand on what they say they stand on and just push forth on their own. You know, that's
Yeah.
what it looked like to me. And it looked like a lot of brothers who were once pushing solidarity is now in favor for the separation. And I noticed when money come in the picture, you know, dudes quickly scurry to their own corners, and that's the thing I've been speaking on. You know, a lot of people in the space, you know, they like to say so much, oh, men need to be logical, but a lot of these guys are extremely emotional. You know, like when pressure, when it's time to step up and perform,
Mhm.
when it's time to step up and do what's important, dudes fold.
Mhm.
And dudes showed that in this space. When mainstream came in and grabbed a little guy, all these dudes folded. The
Mhm.
mission went out the window. It's every man for themselves. It's, oh, why y'all hating? Oh, let the man feed his family. What happened to the mission?
Mm.
See how quickly men, supposedly men, abort the mission. Soon as money's involved, dudes start acting like women, man.
Mhm. That's that whole energy, like you said on your channel, and then you had your string where it's called Captain His Life, man. That's some funny shit. But then, then I saw the video you talk about how they got into the space and corrupted it over Bernie Povich, man. Like I knew he
Mhm.
it was something odd with him. Like man, he be instigating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, definitely, man.
man. Hmm.
A lot of dudes and a lot of these dudes, man, they be low key. They be low like they're low key like it's just a lot of fake shit going on amongst a lot of brothers, man, and it's quite disturbing,
Hmm.
you know, because a lot of these things were mentioned to me by a lot of females when I first started, you know, coming around in the manosphere. A
Hmm.
lot of my homegirls was like, "Yo, what are you doing over there? Like, you not like them dudes? Like, why you want to deal with them dudes? Them dudes is da 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 da." And me being who I am, I'm a defend black men. And my homegirls knew that, and they was like, "Well, let me leave you alone. You gonna do what you want to do, but I'm just letting you know that them dudes are not like you. They're not like men like you. You know, they some other type of dudes." And you know, I pretty much wasn't hearing that shit because at the end of the day, my mission was to set out and to speak to brothers. So I'm going where there's an influx of brothers doing shit. That's what drew me to the space, you know. And you know, I'm not gonna lie. When I came around, I kicked some doors down, and
Yeah.
that's you know that's just I know that's what I had to do, and it worked, you know. And it's like brothers just it's very ironic to me, man, how dudes just folded, man. It's crazy. Like these guys just quickly aborted the mission. What this space was about when they finally got some shine, it was about something else, man.
Yeah.
That's why I spoke about it today. You know, a lot of these guys in this space, man, they got mommy issues.
Yeah, they do.
That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah. At least I
That's
came
really
from that's at least I came from a two parent home background, and I don't even floss that in front of them. But like you said, a lot of them have mommy issues, and you can tell on panels with these females. It's kind of funny when they argue. Like I saw on Kudas with oh boy, what's his name, Young East, going at what you call it, beach. That's just a tall tale sign, just disrespectful, being reckless, and she had some good points. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I didn't agree with everything she said, but she's coming from that aspect. But what she was trying to tell him, you can't do that in the mainstream world. Have your own way. He tried to act masculine, but she saw that energy on him. Whew, it's just, yeah.
yeah. And a lot of these guys, That's really what it boils down to, you know. And man, it's crazy because that issue actually affects how us brothers deal with each other. Because if you dealing with a brother where his energy is balanced and you coming in with all of this recklessness and this chaotic energy, that's gonna cause a problem. And we saw that in this space with the brass mouth buck and that energy that he brought in and how it started creating different things because at one point, you know, Obsidian was rocking with Homeboy. He was trying to actually bring him in as a honorable member of the space. And that caused another rift. It's just a lot of little stuff, man, that dudes never spoke up on. And over time, it just corroded the space. And I always was the one that tried to keep brothers sharp and warn brothers.
Yeah.
I was warning brothers first about the women trying to bum rush the space. I was keeping the women away. I was telling brothers, yo, while y'all sitting around complaining about these women is making their way into the space. We need to stay steadfast on the mission of the space, which is promoting black male agency, which is promoting men's rights. We need to stay on that. We keep talking about relationships and OnlyFans and why she don't want to listen, and
Yeah.
we need to get up off that.
Yeah.
Because that's actually drawing them to the space. That's what I was telling brothers. We're causing our own demise, self-inflicted wounds. Hey, I'm just a small channel. What do I know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I heard that you did a stream about that too, about the OnlyFans. They said they never went outside. Well, see, when I was growing up, I had to go outside. I had a balance of both of computers and stuff, even though I'm a millennial myself. But what I found out is, like, I missed them outside days, you know, the sports and all that. You know, I couldn't stay on the video game as much back home in the South. And I had to socialize. And that's what I did growing up. But over time, when I got older, you know, it's a bit of both. But these kids today, they constantly online talk about OnlyFans, the OF, like we call it, and the action of women. You know, no communicating from. When I was in workplace, I had to communicate with everybody, women and men. So these people are just in a box, you know. But the COVID just made it worse. They got worse and worse when I get on these panels, man. This is before I even jumped on panels. I was in the chat listening to this madness, man. I said, what happened to the spirit that Wacky and the other guys and Soul and Black created, then certain 2.0 guys created, and then it went left field. And I'm kind of upset at 3.0, man. They let this shit happen. I'm like, y'all supposed to be about the fourth industrial revolution, and y'all slacking, man. It's really sad, man. You know?
Yeah, because it goes back to not having structure. And that's something I spoke about when I first got to the space. I spoke on how the elders were being disrespected, the elders were being doxxed. Like there was no structure. There was nobody ever stepping up. That's why coming into this space, I came in as an executioner because I noticed this space didn't have that. They didn't have a dude that was going to maintain order. If y'all act up, guillotine. See, we never had that in this space. We never had a person who was going to say, listen, oh, that's what you did? It's a punishment for that. There was never none of that type of interaction or energy being put out in the space. That's why I came through chopping heads. If I saw you dudes disrespected BGS, chopping heads. I came through doing that for that reason. It wasn't for me to get points from individuals. It was about what I saw was missing in the space amongst men. Because in a hierarchy, you got people who chop heads off. That's just what they do.
That's right. Yeah.
That's it. To maintain order, not to get points from people, not to get accolades. No, for the cause. This is what he do. So a lot of guys, they didn't like that. But
Oh,
I saw that the space was missing that.
yeah.
So I came and filled in that space. And this is why a lot of guys don't like me. If you hear that behind the scenes in between, that's why they don't like me.
Yeah.
Because the way I came in.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and the more and more I learn about you, and the ones that don't like you, that's really deep. And I think Kuda mentioned about you, you know, your past and stuff, and certain individuals and who got docs and all that. Even what's his name, Arda Itmore, he mentioned, you know, dudes got souls like that. It's sad, you know, and that just shows I'm learning a lot about everybody in these versions of the manosphere, and I try to look at it from an open view, and I'm like, all right, what is going on here? Like, we had structure too, but the problem is when we had a website, the support base kind of went left. I mean, if Wacky would have told you, it was sad, you know, Brothers was united. But when the money got dry and the guy couldn't keep up the website, and then that's when 2.0 had to kind of step in and try to be that void, you know what I mean, and try to be that standard, you know. And I think 3.0 is supposed to do the same thing. Now they got 3 years to try to build something. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest with you. The brain trust, I mean, to be honest with you. Well, maybe they just broken up. It's just like String Team was supposed to help them. Now they beefing with each other. It's just like a mess. I stayed out of it. I said, you know what? I already knew the fallout was coming, but I didn't think me was gonna fall out during that month of March. And then when I met Kuda for the first time, you know, it was nothing wrong with dude, man. I'm like, he was bigged up last year. You know, they bigged him up like, this is the guy that did everything. Da 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 da. And then when I did my research on the old fields, who he was cool with, I see why. I mean, it was nothing wrong with the dude. I mean, he was giving them good advice. He came in with his stuff. He said, look, this is what I had to offer. He had solutions, and they just didn't want to hear him. Hell, I seen him on the Brain Trust once on old what you call live streams. I said, man, this guy's something else, man. I said, what happened to him in Thai City? I was curious about that too. And I asked them, they told me what happened through their videos. And I said, oh, I see.
Yeah, a lot of us are ostracized because of certain things that, you know, it's really because of jealousy. You know, a lot of dudes had their hangups about certain guys, and that stuff gets in the way of them actually trying to work with dudes. You know, a lot of these dudes have judgments about dudes and don't even know them. A lot of these dudes that say they don't like me, they don't even know me. They barely come to my channel. They only listen to what people send them. Like they don't even listen to my content really. And I've even heard these guys who has harsh critiques about me say, I don't even listen to his channel. Then how could you critique me? But then these is the same guys that'll listen to what I say, listen to a clip and say, oh, he's emotional.
Yeah.
But you just critiqued me with no knowledge of what you're saying. So who's emotional?
Exactly. I hate when they say that, but they have the emotional tendency of a whole, like you said. And it's funny though, like these dudes get amped up, and it's just like these certain trolls of women, you know, even though I mean no diss to Angry Man, but like he shouldn't have fell for that rap hole with Verba. It's like, man, she's busy. I hope it ain't I am Verba. I'm like, dude, I would have walked away after that one. But you know, but hey, I mean, that's
that was
yeah. I try not to get involved, and I'm like, man, what is going on here? I mean, AM's cool, no disrespect. I mean, dude is he's all right with me. Even on the panels with him, he's all right. You know, like there's this perception of him like he gets the hate. I get it, but to me, my interaction with him on the panel is like, man, he's all right. I mean, I ain't trying to go at this dude, man. I mean, I know he's a big name for the 2.0. See, I don't go after BJS. There's no reason. Man. Like they ain't harmed me. It's
Nah.
just like, you know. Now O'Shea, he's like, he's a little annoying because he comes from that main side of the mainstream manosphere, white manosphere, man. Like, okay, I get it, O'Shea, but I always call him the O'Slayer, man. Like he be slaying dudes, but he be slaying the wrong dudes, man. I'm like, come on, man. And then Oblivion, aka Obsidian, man, he's just something else. He be all over the place. I'm like, okay, you over there with Bernie Povich,
Mm-hmm.
then you over there with Mr. TEO himself, man. Like I ain't gonna mention his name, but and then trying to criticize like mainstream. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And they don't even like each other. They don't even like Mr. Fitnall, man, because he's another one. That
Yeah,
dude
they
is
don't.
so emotional. He thinks he's world champ. I'm like, dude, champ. You being exposed and taking way L's, and then if I see him with that microphone that Kuda said, yeah, that's another L he done took. I mean, I'm not gonna get into that. That's on him. I mean, we fell out over politics, something small, you know, but I knew where his heart was. You know, that's how it is, you know. It's
Mhm.
jealousy and strife. That's all it is.
That's really what it is. A lot of these guys, man, and that's why I was talking about on today's show, man. A lot of them problems that these dudes got will be fixed if they just sit down and reconcile a lot of the things that they have with their mother. Because that's really what it boils down to. It's a lot of things that a lot of their attitudes and the way they are, it all comes from that. It all comes from that. And they think it's, oh, you just trying. No, it's not a shaming tactic. It's the truth. You can actually look it up. People done wrote books about this stuff. You know, I'm currently reading a book right now. That's what made me do today's show. You know, because it ties into not only my message for my platform, but my message for my platform is pretty much my journey in my life. You know, heal before we build is something that I'm still doing for myself. Going through that hero's journey to find out who I'm, what I'm actually here to do. You know, regardless of what I've been through, who am I supposed to be now?
Exactly.
You know, and a lot of these guys, you know, if you can't really say you stand for men, if your purpose is not driven from the inside, if it's not something that drives you from within, you can't do this work for money, because this work is not going to pay you enough. You see, doing things for brothers and advocating for us, you're not going to make enough money to buy a Rolls Royce. So if you want to drive Bentleys and Phantoms and all of that, go to Kevin route. You'll have a Tesla. You'll do all of that. This not the work for that. Not saying you can't get that, but it won't be off of this. It'll be off you creating a whole nother stream of income. But this is the dirty work. Malcolm ain't drive no Benz. Malcolm don't drive a Benz.
No,
Neither did Martin.
Yeah. All great leaders didn't. You know, even I
So-
can go this further, say Noble Drew Ali. I can go on and
Mhm.
Black Herman, the occultist. I remember Brother Dawood broke him down. He was kicked out of prisons because of his style, you know, and then dealing with the mates, man. That just shows you. I had a long build with what you call it, Just DeAndre. He broke down a lot of stuff about the spacemen complaining and stuff on Kuda Stream, his recent, and that lasted like what 12 hours, and they clipped it around the 11-hour mark.
Mhm.
Interesting stuff about, we was talking about red pill and black pill, and then of course Kevin, you know, about mainstream stuff and the corporatism and what he was trying to explain. You had to be buttoned up in a certain degree. I mean, they'll let you amp up in a certain degree. They just want to control you. It's just kind of like you got to believe in that far left, or not just far left, I would say liberal philosophy. And I've noticed that when I used to work in the workplace, I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? You know, even though when Trump was in office, hell, BGS is right. Yeah, he was kind of way more liberal in a way. I thought about that. You know, they thought he was conservative, but in reality, he understood the other side way more. He was just more bold with it. You know, he played that conservative card, and those conservatives got mad at him over time because when money runs out, they want him up out of office. That's when Biden, you know, I understand how he won because he had no back end. You know, they don't understand that they can play both parties, those conservatives and liberals, but I wouldn't trust a liberal no way that's overtly. You know why? Because he gonna try to harm you. You know, the ones covert you can get them, but then the ones that wide open, oh, they something else, man. They are
Definitely
something else. Yeah,
can't trust them people. That's a
yeah,
fact.
yeah. And we talk about this a lot on the panel. I mean, it was a good bill with Rashawn and I think Cripple Black. I mean, we talked about a lot. He asked us about feminism. I said, yeah, if you're red pill, yeah, you ought to know she can leave you anytime. She says this all the time on the panel. And I said, yes, she can leave you anytime. That's why I be over at Roger Reports. They talk about similar things. You have young brothers coming through, helping them out. You know, I'll be around. And the last time I was on BGS's panels, I've been on the panels on like 11 times each. On a few on Art of New Style, and then on his, twice on his, and I think once on Roger's Report, you know, a couple other times. But yeah, he's a good dude, man. You know, he means what he says. I understand he comes from the esoteric stuff. I know he's going to back Kevin. That's his boy, but him and Ron brought him in. So, you know, yeah. But he
Yeah, I
did.
mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for backing Kevin either, because at the end of the day, them dudes are from the same ilk. They cut from the same cloth, man. Them dudes come from the gynocracy too, and they older brothers. So their mindsets are different. I spoke about it in the video. You know, these dudes are my dad age.
Yeah.
My dad is I think this year my dad would be about 58.
Yeah, my dad's age, he will be, well, he's 68 right now, but he'll be 70 in 2023. He's born in 1953. He's an old boomer. He'll laugh at this like BGS though, you know, because he's smart too. He went to school.
Yeah,
So,
my dad was born in 61.
yeah, or my
So
mom's age. Yeah, a boomer. Yeah, so we know.
yeah, so a lot of these things that, you know, I really understand a lot of their ways regardless of their talking points. You see, they could get up there and say certain things, but I know the truth because I know how they were taught, because I sit down and talk to my dad. These guys were taught to go mainstream. These guys were raised to follow what they say. How do I know this? Because my dad taught me that. Son, go to school, go to college, get a good job, live a successful life. That's what my dad taught me. That's what he taught me. He said, that is the way. That's what you do. You go to school, you do this, you do that, so you can come out, you can have a good career. We weren't taught. I wasn't taught to chase my dreams and find a purpose in life. And no, they didn't teach those men that. They taught those men to go and, you know, be a pet. Be the best pet you can be. Work as hard as you could so you could sit next to master, so you can get the biggest check, so we can feed the house. That was what this was about. They never preached entrepreneurship, independence, black male agency, none of that. They taught, get your money, shut your mouth, feed your family. That's it. But like I told my dad, them days are over.
Yeah.
They long gone, Dad. You can't teach me that. I don't go outside and see that. I don't go to school and see that. I'm not being socialized into that. That's how you were socialized. I told my dad this when we got into a big argument. I was about 18, 19. I said, Dad, you stuck in a time machine.
Mhm.
And he got mad. But a couple of years later, he came to me and he apologized. He said, son, you right. I am stuck in the goddamn time machine. I'm teaching you some shit that I grew up on, and you outside living your life. I'm not out there living with you. How do I know? So I got to listen to you. I need to shut up and listen to you. And see, that's what a lot of these older guys in this space won't do.
It's
And
too
that's
much
the
ego.
problem.
It's too much ego. And not only they teach the high powerful stuff, the ego just overwhelms them, man. It's like what did Arden Newsell? He had like a recent stream talking about passing the torch. When you get older, they had like a clip, and BJS didn't like when he played that, but it was some truth to that clip. You know, that guys when they get older, and I think he said something when he turned 50, it was like a blip of the radar. You know, but he always talked about his grandson versus his son, and I've noticed that. You know, he loves his grandson more than his son that's like 35, like up in age of my age. I'm 33, he'll be like 36, his real son. And I've noticed that, you know,
What's
despite his
going
dog.
on, gentlemen?
What's going on,
Peace,
Rajon?
peace.
Peace again.
What's going on? I know I missed the half of the segment, so well, what's the word?
I say mainstream media is about the trends. That's it. You know, it's all
Oh,
about.
all right. Yeah.
We talked about it on Kudas, man.
Yeah. We
That was a long
actually
build.
did. Yeah, we actually did. Yeah,
And
we
what's
actually
so
did touched up on that topic.
and what's so crazy is you know the older guys, they don't understand that, to tie back into the topic, they are actually uh re confirming the mainstream stereotypes.
Hmm.
What not
Mhm.
being able to pass the torch to younger brothers, which speaks to the lack of legacy amongst black men. See, you don't want to pass the torch because you don't have nothing to pass. There's no legacy. We have to
See?
start over.
Yeah.
We're not inheriting a kingdom. We're inheriting a shack. But then these same older men who passed us down nothing have the nerve to tell us what we need to be doing. How? How? How do you do that? How do you not give your son anything to work with, but tell him he need to do something about it? What? This is the problem. This is why there's no brotherhood amongst black men. See, other groups of men, they're not doing it. When they mad at their sons, they're mad at their sons because they actually worked and have something to give their sons, and their sons are throwing it back at them and telling them they don't want it. You see, we don't get shit from our fathers. We don't get nothing. You know, we inherit problems. We inherit burdens. But then you got the nerve to tell me what I should be doing? Really? I think you should sit down because you failed. You failed. And this is what these older brothers don't want to accept. You failed. You failed, black men. So what you need to do is sit down and offer us counsel. Whatever we need information and help with, that's what you should be doing. And you should be doing it ego-free. Ego-free. You should be like the goddamn white pages.
Yo, remember what I said when you went off your panel, sir, Saturday night. I said and just going to what you were saying, Sheep. I said, like, always control your ego, but never let your ego control you.
Facts.
You know, because this is also the problem. You know, and I agree with you. They have to pass down the torch, man. But but in reality, they also failed too. Most of them have failed us. Like shit, I ain't gonna lie. Like my pops failed me. You know what I mean? Like he failed to continue to be an important role in my life. Like right after shit, like right after I was like, when I was a kid. And that's one thing that folks gotta. That's one thing that the elder brothers gotta understand, man. It's like if you fail, man, the only thing you could do is give us counsel so we don't repeat the same mistakes. In my opinion.
That's it. That's it, bro. That's it. Because my dad is still around, and he still continues to be that guy for me. And that is one thing that I tell my dad all the time, because he feel like he failed me because he wasn't able to pass down financial resources for me.
Mm-hmm.
My dad wasn't able to, leave me a house and leave me a car, leave me a business. But like I tell my dad, what you left me and what you continue to give me, I'll get my house. My sons will have my house. My sons will have a car, because you're providing me with that substance.
Mm-hmm.
You're providing me with those intangibles. So yeah, you wasn't able to leave me the money in the will, but you're giving me the energy that I need so I can do it. You see? And these guys and the elders in this space, they haven't left their children nothing tangible or intangible. That's a problem. At least at least when I die, if my sons don't have the money, they have my lessons.
Yeah.
They have my values. They have my morals to have something to plant their feet in. To say, okay, well, I got to start from the beginning, but I remember my dad taught me this is what I got to do to be respected as a man. This is what I got to do. My dad taught me how to wash clothes. My dad taught me how to cook. My dad taught me this. You see, these guys in this space, they left nothing and still got the nerve to want to talk shit. You didn't leave no teachings. You didn't leave the correct lessons for your children, for no other black men. Nothing. And you didn't leave us nothing financial. Nothing intangible or nothing tangible. So you just talking like these women. You're just running your mouth. That's what you're doing. You're running your mouth with an ego because you're an adult. That's childish.
Yeah. Yeah, I peeped it.
That's usually what
it's not a good look.
it is childish, and then they expect you to act right, but in reality, man, it's sad, but that's why I noticed in these newer spaces in the manosphere, man, it's just real sad. And I look at them like, what is the problem? And then when Rashawn mentioned it on Platinum's panel about the complaining, I said, like, what are they doing? I'm like, and I think we talked about that on Over Kudos too, with that long live stream, man. That was a great build, But the little pushback with fasting, about the cultures, and with DeAndre, there's a lot of lies told by us. And then the Africans, it's good to them to speak. Thanks to fasting, he was there, and it was a nice.
Yeah, I actually, it was actually good to get some insight from fasting though.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah, don't let that fasting for life stuff fool you. I mean, that's a smart dude. I mean, I'm glad I was up there on that panel and helped him out. And he said, look, I talk to anybody that's foreign. If they're going to tell me the truth about these white people, I'm going to listen. Because I went to school with a few of them in 5th grade, and they told me a lot about myself, of my people's culture, even though they had a hand into it, but I didn't get mad. I learned something. I had to peep it. I had to peep it because it makes sense what they culture is about and who messed them up. You know what I mean? Because you always got to learn everybody, and that's how you know something, and then you know the secrets, what's going on. But see, they get mad when he starts telling the secrets. They try to kill him. I'm like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. You know, because you got the internet, you got the books, you got the phones, you got the truth, and now they digging up stuff. That's what it's about, man. You got to go out there and do the research. I mean, a lot of things. Yeah.
We gotta understand that the research that we all outside doing this outside research and all of that, we really searching for ourselves, man.
Yeah.
Really who we searching for at the end of the day. As men, we go out and we do all this research to do what? To study to show ourselves for proof. The proof of what?
Notice the build that we had. This lasted for like 3 hours. Appreciate these brothers from this video from May 17th. And that was third World Colombian's birthday. Shouts out to him. I said happy birthday to him. And then yeah, I didn't think I was gonna make up this about the stream, but it was out of the blue. And this is when I just turned 33 that month. But yeah, man, it's something else, man. And that's just what it is. And I mean, that was a heavy hitter that came on this channel. And I'm glad the topic went in what was about. We was talking about a lot of things. And it extended. That was a good build. I enjoyed this one. It's kind of like one of my own streams watching it now. I think I watched this. Is like my second time watching this one, but I'll let y'all hear it because this is what the title of the stream is about: how to sustain it and have conversations like this, and then you can build off of it. So I'll play the rest of this. Y'all can hear.
What? The proof of the truth of what you saying you stand on. That's what you studying for. You know, it's at the end of the day, brothers, we gotta understand who we are. And what we really mean to this, if we really feel like we mean something, you know, and a lot of brothers, man, a lot of older brothers, man, I see just how much they've been weakened. I see how much, you know, growing up in that time really affected them. I really see it. They've tried to hide it for so long, but with this internet and with this space, man, it really exposed that our generation of brothers that are supposed to be our wise men are weak, are downtrodden. This is why I defended BGS, and I always have, because he's one of the wise men. He's one of the elders that I saw sitting on the council. To me, BGS always reminded me of Raiden from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite character in Mortal Kombat because he's the one with the wisdom.
Right.
But he's you also have to remember, Raiden went dark.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, Raiden.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there has to be a balance.
Raiden actually comes from the group. See, see, Raiden comes from the same group that Shang Tsung come from. Mm-hmm. They all were one group, and Shang.
What's going on, man?
Yo, what's good? What's going on, sir? Obadiah? I hope I said your name right.
Yeah, you good. You good, man. You good. I'm just looking at a stream that I used to do back last month. You know, DS1. He came out of nowhere, man. What's good?
Yeah. Hey, I just slid through and shit. I'm outside and shit. I'm chilling and shit, but I just slid through on your stream and seen that you had a replay going on. But yeah, DS1, that's a good brother right there, man. I didn't hit that dude up behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, all that. That's a good brother right there, bro. Like,
yeah,
you know, that's why I support him so much or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's a good brother, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I found him through Kuda. He always bring him up a lot, and then I understand. But then that stream he did with Cap in his life, And I think he mentioned me in the chat, and I started dying. He was talking about JX, and I said, "Oh shit!" And I used Kuda's reference to Big Homie, and then that's how it all started. So
Yeah, DS1, he a smart dude, man. He see
yeah,
everything. He like me, man. Like, you know how I got cool with him a few years ago. He would be in certain streams that I would be on in the chat and shit. And yeah, man, like we be saying the fuck shit sometimes. Like DS1, he a visionary, man. He a visionary. That's a good brother right there. He funny too, man. Good dude, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a well balanced dude. But I started looking at the rest of his content after that stream. I said, man, let me put this in my watch later, And I do that with everybody. And then same with Kuda's old stuff. And I'm like, I said, man, I missed out on last year because of the COVID thing. Because I was into the politics stuff. So, got distracted. Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. But you can keep playing the stream if you want to, bro. Yeah, I was just coming through to say what's up to you.
Oh, not
I
a
never been
problem,
on your
man.
I never been through on your stream or on your on your panels before. So yeah, I want to
Yeah,
come to you, show love. That's how I do with everybody. If I'm
yeah.
free, bro, I hop up. Sometimes I joke around,
Right.
laugh, all that shit, or we kick knowledge, whatever, man. Yeah. So
Yeah,
keep doing what you're doing.
yeah. I'll play it. Hold on.
Okay.
Sung and those guys corrupted. They got corrupt. That's what happened. See, they all were part of the same group. It's the same story as the X-Men.
Yeah.
Same story. With Magneto. With Magneto and Professor X. They were once on the same team, fighting for the same cause. Yeah. And one went rogue.
Yeah. It's just
Magneto took the Malcolm route.
Yeah.
It's just like Shao Kahn, like he's another people like that with Raiden. I don't know if they were brothers or some other story, but the concept was real. Then you had that dragon face when they showed the newer games. So like, yeah, the concept just like Assassin's Creed. What he talked about with just DeAndre, and they had a one corrupt character I mentioned that live stream. His name was Shake Format, and he turned Templar. But that role game, everybody hated him most because he told the truth. You know what was going on. So, that's it. Yes. All right, salutism. And yeah. It just shows you, man, like, there's a lot of messages in these games and these movies and what's going on, and BGS talks about it, like the esoteric. I get anime too. And we talked about it on the panel for hours. Me and just DeAndre, we just going in, and people in the chat say, y'all building we had to because everybody left. You know what I mean?
If I didn't have to go to work today, I would have definitely stayed on the panel.
Yeah, we talked about everything, sports, and stuff, and then I told him about Sugar Ray Leonard drinking the blood of the calves, right, to give him stamina.
Wow.
Yeah, that was in the documentary. I saw that on YouTube, and the way he explained it, he was punching faster, moving around, and that was back then. He didn't let the mob test him. They try to, check him with the money and try to control him. That didn't work. He stood his ground, man. And he's the same sign as me, May 3rd. Oh, man, that man wasn't going.
Yeah. Once he made his mind up, it ain't going back.
Yeah.
You ain't moving that. You ain't moving that bull.
No. Even I hate to say it, Earth sign like Capricorns, even though they have good and bad secrets about you, they learn about you. One thing about that sign, it exposes all the BS, even though y'all are a cardinal sign. Your high quality sign, like I forget, it's the Cardinals. You got your Libras, you got your everything Capricorns, but the Capricorns is the best one because they deal with everything, not just business but life. Look at LeBron, for example. Man. He picks players apart.
I'm a Capricorn.
Yeah, I know you're a Capricorn, and it makes sense. So why y'all together? Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Like that's definitely facts about us. Like we'll hold some secrets until
yeah, y'all release them. Everybody be like, "What the hell?" They get upset about it.
It's like we don't want to, but it's like you force our hand. It's like, all right, you know what? Fuck this.
See, we'll keep the secrets as long as between it's between us and that person. It's a personal thing.
Yeah.
But once those secrets start corrupting the group and corrupting society, and oh no,
Oh, no.
it's time to let this shit go. You gotta go now.
Yeah. You know what? I gotta clean my hands with this one. Like,
Right, I gotta wash my hands with you. Facts.
like.
Now, if you just wanted to let your dirty secrets out, we're the best signs. We'll hold them.
Yeah.
We'll
That's
hold.
what-
If
that's
you just
one
want to
thing I
be
kinda
dirty
respect.
to us,
Yeah.
we'll let it rock. Mhm.
That's why I respect Capricorns. They get the most hate online, but I say, nah, you want to trust them at the end because they hold your dirty little secret, even the females, man. Like,
Oh yeah,
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 the way it is, you know.
yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah, there's certain things I still to this very day I do not share.
I don't blame you.
There's certain things I just do not fucking share.
Through the memories.
Exactly.
It's my sign. I hold grudges. I don't forget. You know, I forget what you get, and you know, I don't forget. You know what I mean? I can forgive you a little bit. Yeah, it takes a while. It takes me years, and me and Kuda talk about this too. He said, "Yeah, Taurus be like, yeah, try 15 to 30 years for forgiveness." That's a possessiveness, man. That's a possessiveness. Yeah, even though our sign is fixed, and we hardly ever get along with fixed sign. The only ones I get along with is probably the Aquarius and sometimes Leo. You know, but that's about it. You know.
Mhm.
Hey, bro, I gotta hop off, bro. But I appreciate you.
Money with Leos.
All right.
Yeah. I'm out and about, but like no doubt. I'm gonna jump up on the panel again when I'm free, bro. I
All
got
right.
you.
Appreciate
All
you.
right, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the
Peace.
chat. I got you. All right, bro.
All right.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, people call them the snob word, but yeah, it's a trick to them. Like Joe Blow. They what he means, man. Like, look, if you can't take, but the Capricorn is similar to. You know, they keep things growing. Look at LeBron, like I said, look at the people that he hangs around with, and then the media people that praise him. That's a Capricorn. That's a sign right there. That's obvious, you know.
Mhm. Because no matter how much we're into business and all of that stuff that we're really into business wise, we're gonna turn around and give it back to people. We want to conduct business actually to help people. And that's really that's why people love LeBron James, because the type of heart he has for people. He loves his children. That's what it is. That's why people like to say LeBron is soft. He's not soft.
No, he ain't soft.
That's just who he is.
That's the reality to it. I have a cousin that's a January Capricorn, and his name's Trey. That dude is not soft at all. I mean, he knows most secrets of everything. I mean, dude, shit. He came here by himself. I said, yeah, nah, I have a sister that's a Capricorn community something. So, you know, I have no problems with it. You know, that's just me.
And see, and one thing a lot of people don't know is a person who can hold everyone's secret. We can hold everyone's secret because we saw and been through a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. That's the key to that. Yeah. Because we know we saw so much things about life that we can accept listening to people. We can accept listening to those horror stories. So, man, some of the shit I done heard, man. I done had homeless people come up to me and just sit next to me. I don't even know them, and just tell me a terrible story about their life. Like, I remember one time I was out of town, you know, doing what I had no business doing at that time. But I was coming out of a store from shopping into the shopping center, and I saw this little boy, and I sat down, went and sat down. I walked out the store. I just saw him standing there. He was holding the door. I'm like, yo, good looking out, little man. So I went and I sat down. You know, I was going through my stuff that I bought out the store. And then the little boy just came next to me and just started crying. I'm like, I'm just sitting there like, hey, what's going on? So I'm like, yo, little man, why are you crying? And the little boy just started telling me how he missed his dad, how his father was in prison, Like, I'm like, yo, where did this little boy come from? Like, I have so many stories about that, man. After me and that little boy had a conversation, he started smiling. His mother was in the store. I didn't know his mother was in the store the whole time. After we finished talking, his mother came out the store. He ran up to his mother and started hugging her and was smiling. She was like, boy, what's wrong with you? He was like, nothing, Mom. And he pointed to me. And she was like, oh, well, what you did to my son? I'm like, nothing. I just saw your son crying, and I started talking to him. She was like, oh, thanks. Thanks. And he said thanks to me. He ran off. I never saw the little kid again. But, you know, people just feel comfortable doing that with us. Like, that stuff used to happen to me since I was a little kid because I'm the only child, so I don't have no brothers and sisters.
Yeah. I used to be the only child until 99 when my sister was born. And my grandfather told the story to my mom. Don't let him be by himself this world because he was the only child. He knew his sister, though. But growing up, he was the only child, and that was deep. And that kind of like runs in my family. I have a cousin that's the only child. His name is Terrence. He was like that. You know, before I didn't have kids at the end of it, you know, because he had a lot of kids on the side. So, you know, like 4 or 5 kids. I said, damn, that's like that. But once family, you know, and that's deep. I didn't understand why they do it, but now I know when I got older, I said, I see why. Yeah, it's upbringing. You know, it makes sense. That could have been me. That could have been me. But unfortunately, it didn't. So I have a sibling. So, you know, it's the oldest of 2. Yeah. I know what the only child feels like growing up. You know, I was by myself for like the age of 10 until the next year. Around December, she came out on the 27th, 99. It's a millennial. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
And not only that, she's a Capricorn too. You know, she multiplies stuff. If she don't like something like stuff, she'll let you know she's done. They let you know in a heartbeat. And that's how I know. That's how I understand Kuda goes. Because I have a younger cousin, a male cousin. He's a Capricorn. Because I understand they have that mindset. Them January Capricorns ain't a joke. Everybody try to say it's December. No, them January's ain't a joke. They ain't like.
Oh man, my niece is a January cat. Oh man,
It ain't no joke.
Yeah, my birthday January 19th.
Yeah.
The last day.
Yeah.
And I came early too. My mother said I was supposed to be born I was supposed to be a Pisces.
Yeah.
Yep. No, not a Pisces. I was supposed to be an Aquarius, a late Aquarius.
A late Aquarius.
February.
Aquarius, yeah, they're very smart. They're a fixed sign. The air sign with the Geminis and the Libras. Yeah, and Geminis is it's occurrences. Now the air sign is tricky. It is a water bearer, but it also deals with the ice and the wind, according to the fixed sign, like that energy. But they still have that streak like we do, but they let you know they have that like that self righteousness. So like Michael Jordan, but the thing is, they tough. You know, that's a tough sign. Deals with knowledge, truth. That's a truth sign. You know? I could have been an Aries too. My mom said on the 17th. But the problem is I'm so damn stubborn. I stayed in like 11 months technically. Well, I was born on May 2nd. Sorry, they knew, and even the nurse knew he wasn't gonna take no bullshit for nobody. So even the nurse knew. Yeah, that's what my mom told me when I got older. And I was like, really? Attitude and everything, but that was something that was in me till I was on up, and even till I was 6, I knew what I wanted to be as a character, as a man. So you know, and a lot, yeah.
That's interesting. My rising sign is Aries.
Yeah.
My rising sign is Aries. My youngest son, he's a Gemini. He's a May Gemini.
Yeah.
His birthday coming up. His birthday next week.
Yeah. I think he mentioned that in the video. I said, your son's a Gemini. Then you have one that's a Taurus, I believe, right?
A Virgo. In September, Virgo, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And my wife is an August Virgo.
Oh, okay.
You know she crazy.
Yeah, they keep it real. Yeah,
They crazy. And one of my exes was a Aquarius. She was a bag full of screws
oh yeah,
with no nuts attached. She was crazy.
yeah.
God, she was crazy. What? And then our Capricorns, we could be kind of deadly with our words, man.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
And so her like she used to just be. Well, I can't even say just most of the women I've been with, they don't like the shit I be saying. So I can't even say something. None of them don't like the shit I say.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm brutally honest. I'm more realistic. We're so tangible. Like if you mess with us, man, it's a wrap, man. It's like we're done. Yeah.
And y'all will start taking shit too.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Taurus is oh, you want to act like that? I ain't paying the light bill.
That's a shit.
I'll go get me some candles. I'll make sure I can see in this month.
My grandma was a Taurus too. You know, she passed away in 8th grade, but he was like that. You know, she was mean, feisty, and I'm like, damn, man. Like, I thought we were so close. My grandpa was a Taurus, so I think the same. Yeah. My dad's an Aries though too. He's infection. So I'm March Aries today. He got the same birthday as Jack Johnson. Yeah. And I told him that he starts and I said, really, that's a great birthday, man. Like that warrior sign. I think Arthur Newsall broke it down. He said, really, yeah, my dad's.
That's that warrior spirit.
Yeah. He told me like reading, writing. He's the one that got me into actual reading in 5th grade, man. Helped me with my words. So,
my dad taught me how to read too. My dad taught me how to read. My dad taught me how to write. My dad taught me all that. My dad is a Sag.
Sagittarius, that's a great sign. They are truth tellers, great stories. They tell great stories.
Yeah, my dad always got stories for me. Always. That's true.
That's true. And I think Taurus is like what they say the second sign, and Sagittarius is like the first. Now, I don't know how they do that in the zodiac, but it's kind of weird how they talk about the Hierophant Taurus, like the lucky numbers and stuff. Yeah, I forget what it was on the website, but they broke them down to me. Like, you know, I look for the characteristics.
Me too. It's more than just the label of the sign. I look more at the characteristics too. Yeah.
And then they said we do everything, music, cooking, and all that stuff. Yeah, that's true. I do all that. Now, you know, we understand the music, or if you're a musician yourself, I say dangerous with keyboard stuff. I mean, other signs are good too. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to music, everybody has their own style. Don't get me wrong. It ain't just us. I mean, yes, we're the favorite and everything because we have like that multiple skills, multifaceted. But we so creative. We keep it hidden, similar to Capricorn. That's what they do. When you put us in business, it's really the same as the cardinal sign, you know, because we're the only big sign that deals. We don't change as much. You have to force us to change, put something in our hands, so we can work or build. You know, that's one thing I learned. That's one thing I learned about us. I said, damn, I can do it this way. But then, as soon as he can show you that secret, you go, how do you build this? And we'll show you what parts that works. So I worked with the Taurus once he showed me about reading properly and all that stuff, scriptures and all that. You know, it's just, you know, knowledge.
Yes, Taurus is one of my big homies, man. He was from the hood. He was a Taurus, you know, and he taught me a lot. And you're right, y'all do keep certain things hidden from people until they get to know y'all. Like, you know, me and my big homie was outside doing, you know, we was out of town doing illegal things, but we was in the house, we was in the trap house playing Scrabble.
Yeah.
Like, playing Scrabble, he in there busting my ass too.
Yeah.
And they're making fun of the words. I said, well, that's not the word. You got the dictionary right there. No, that is a word. It means this, this, and this. And then after he cracked me so many times, he explained to me how he did it. He said, yo, all you gotta do is follow the prefixes of words. That's how you make other words. He taught me etymology. This dude taught me etymology while we were selling crack. He taught me etymology. Well, we got our life on the line every day. Yeah. We still in the classroom. Like he really got. I said, oh, that's etymology. That's the breakdown of words. He taught me that. He was like, that's how I can make so many words, and you think they're not words, but I know that they're words. So
I had to learn etymology from certain people online, even offline. They tell you what words mean, even with humble and things like that. And I think when Gully TV broke it down, he said, that just means slave. He said, never use the word humble talking about black people. You know, we got to take that out of our vocabulary. And the way he said it on his live stream, his self-live stream, he said, we need to get that out of our vocabulary ASAP. And I think he's from Erie, Pennsylvania. He always said that. Yeah, got to take that out of our vocabulary.
Yeah, but he taught me a lot. Not only did he teach me etymology, he used to cook like the way he was like a chef, man. This dude that he'll make anything out of just simple stuff in the fridge. Like we'll just have a whole bunch of odd shit in the fridge. He'll come up with a whole meal. He was just he's just so in touch with things, and that shit was incredible to me, man. And that's another reason why on my channel, man, I always salute so-called Pookies and Ray Rays, man. Those are some of the greatest men I ever been around in my life. You know, because I had a real chance to sit down with a lot of these guys who they miscategorize and really get to see who they are. You know, like I said, like when I was running around with my big homie, we wasn't standing on corners, man. We was getting real money. You know, and this dude taught me things about being a man. He showed me how to research certain things, and we sat down and had a lot of real in-depth conversations about life.
Yeah.
This is the same guy that gave me the book, Behold a Pale Horse. This is the same dude.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I always advocate, because at the end of the day, those still our brothers.
Yeah. I had a cousin who was nicknamed Pookie, the original, but his real name was Montez, right? But he had a bone disease as a child, but you know, he lived to be like 41. He passed away. They found him dead because he used to be like a drug dealer. But one thing he told me growing up, and he told me to stay away from that street life, man. It ain't worth it. He knew how smart I was. He was a Gemini too, May Gemini. And he was so smart, and he's just like, he knew the potential I have. Like, even though I was in sports, he said, you don't need that lifestyle. He's the reason that I got kept out of the streets. I could have headed down that way, you know, because how we grew up. And it was rough, you know, in the state where we come from. We had to fight to the tooth and nail to get in and try to make it in society, especially in the South and the Mid South I come from. You know, that was normal, you know, the drug thing. You know, he was the reason I had to stay away from that street shit, you know. But it was real, though. You know, drugs was king. You know, the guns came later, you know, fisticuffs and all that. We grew up like that. That's how we was raised, you know. The main reason, and even though it's a shame he passed away during, I think, the battle rapper named Tech Nine, and then he passed before Nip. So that was a tough year. Yeah. And I knew him growing up, too. You know, he was the reason that kept me away from that street culture, man. Like, I knew about it, but he was the main reason. You know, I thought about gangbanging. I said, that would be my life. like, I wasn't supposed to be here, years ago, but I made a choice. Are you gonna live your life and be righteous, or you gonna be in the street, in the ground, or in the cage? I didn't want to be that. Because I saw all my other family members that went to prison. I have another one that's I believe he's a Sagittarius. Yeah. He said ain't no fun. But they told me a lot. But he was the main one. Yeah, he was a kooky drug dealer type. He was the original. That's what now the Ray Rays is the one doing life. The ones that always get caught up.
Yes.
Hot and stabbed. That's what people do. They actually scared of Ray Ray. Most of them just scared of Ray Ray. Period. They wouldn't dare to say. They would never dare to say stuff they say online. And I laugh at these dudes.
Not at all.
Yeah, that's why they play up to Ramil, man. Like he said, I'm a reform cookie. He said that in the live stream. I tripped when he said that about the Little Reese. He said, I don't care about the guy, but that's how I feel, and he was honest about it. And him saying that, I'm like, it's out of the blue. And I don't know if they catch that when he said he was reforming. I said,
okay. He was, man. Man, the man is an ex-porn star. That's bullshit.
Yeah. 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 When he said that on screen, I wasn't shocked, but I was like, damn, he let that one out the bag. I started laughing in the chat, and the chat didn't catch that. And so he said he was a cookie. I was like, yeah, I'll reform him at that.
Yeah, come on, man. I mean, a lot of these things that these guys, like they sat there and they revered Ramil for being a porn star, but that's spooky shit. That's living off your penis, dog.
Oh man. I think we had a conversation about this over the cruise, and he said they don't even know my background, man, 'cause I'm from Prince George's County, man. Like they don't even know Cuda, man. And I started
I heard stories about Prince George, man.
yeah, tell me about it all the time about that girl getting shot in Tennessee, like them cops. He said just stay away from, And one of them stories that take me back, growing up, seeing cops beating up brothers, man. Nothing new.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
But see, a guy like Cuda gonna always be slept on, man, because like I told Cuda, he could fit in a lot of different environments because of his look, and because he doesn't have a threatening pitch in his voice.
Yeah.
So he can fit in a lot of different groups and still be greasy Cuda. It still be the greasy Capricorn he is.
I can tell, anytime we go in on the other side, man, it's so funny, like the stuff they be saying, man. And I be saying Rose Scholar either on purpose, and he tried to get me amped up. I was like, no, man. I spit things too when they feel it. They say, well, damn. But it hits different when I say it, then they get quiet, and that just shows you the power that I have. And I didn't realize I possess that. See, reality, I use my hands, but now talking online, it's different. You have to be like passive aggressive, but I choose not to be. And then they call him passive aggressive. I said, well, he's not passive aggressive in my eyes. This dude can go in on it if you want to. When I saw it on Zero's panel, man, shit, he said, how can you want a niggerless society but to do the most nigga shit? And he got quiet. I had to laugh at that, man. I said, I don't know if that's some Capricorn shit. I don't know what it is.
Straight Capricorn shit. Let's get to the point. Let's get to the point.
And every now and then he does that, but he keeps his cool, though. That's one thing I like about him. It's just, he's bold with it. They just can't stand him. They're like, why is he doing me like this? I said, well, nigga, you know why.
You know the answer.
See, they don't know Kuda actually learned how to channel his anger.
Yeah.
He went to actually fighting school to learn how to channel his anger. That's why he could tolerate these dudes. See, I never went through that. You know, I grew up with rage.
Yeah.
You know, I never learned how to channel it, and I learned how to channel it a little bit when I played football because I had somebody to take it out on. You know, just like Kuda, he take it out on that bag. I see when he put that video up.
Oh yeah. I know
When he
he
was
has
hitting that bag.
Yeah, he's serious about that. You
Yeah,
know?
he took all that stream team frustration out on that bag.
Yeah. And he asked me what I did in school. I told him I played basketball. I mean, I could have did fight because I'm 6'5.5". So, you know, it's 6'5". But even though I had aggression when I was young before I was 6'5", you know, I wasn't a hothead, but I had a temper. But I mastered that over time. When I got older, it got deadlier. I'm a stealthy type guy. You know, I'm more indifferent to stuff. But if you mess with me, yeah, I have a evil side sometimes. And I tell him that as well. You know, we're very much similar. And he said, well, damn, you know, the respect thing. We had that next live stream talk about the player talk. He had a huge respect for me. I said, yeah, man, you know, I'm real as they come, man. You know, I mean, this online stuff, that's just pretend, man. You know, in the real world, I'm a real dude, man. I'm honest, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you about that.
Yeah, when I first heard you speak, I always got that vibe from you that in person you were straight up and down guy.
Yeah.
It's no cut. There's no cut on it. It is what it is. And honestly, I think that those, you know, those archetypes of men are gonna end up linking up and coming together and doing something eventually anyway. Because it's destined, man.
Yeah.
If the jerk offs could come together and create something, man, why the real ones can't?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's gonna come together. I think it's gonna come together naturally on its own.
Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna meet Kuda in March because I was on the other side, you know, just learning about what they was about, and them niggas was just still circle jerking, man. Like, but that March 2nd, man, when I first went on the screen, and I think I said a comment on the other guy's channel. I ain't gonna mention his name, but he played that stupid ass debate with Mr. Fitnall, man, like with the microphones and stuff. I said, and then me and New said, what's the point of this damn debate in that chat room? I mean, it's ridiculous reacting to it. Like, and I said something, I said he had style and something, you know, he was, like, say at the time, I didn't know who he was, you know, they was bigging his name up, you know, this guy's an entertainer. And the more I found out about him, you know, because his channel was in my feed, right, that third shift with the woman. That's how it all started, but I didn't see half of it with anger and getting upset with old boy, right? And then I saw the replay of it again, like in the months, and I'm like, well, damn, that's what he said. I said, damn, angry man, you felt that way? I was like, shit. And then I came on the end of the stream when I first met him. I'll never forget that day too on March 2nd. I'll never forget. He said, I need to talk to you. Come on, this is Cooper, right? And I spoke my piece. And, you know, and I think official said, he said, that nigga ain't gonna hit the link. I said, please do not dare me to do something. And if you do, I'll do it anyway. So you can't, don't tell me to do that. The last person that did that was somebody in the chat or on the Wackies when I first came up, and we had like a little dispute with the JX thing, and then that's how it all started. I've been going on panel since, you know. Wow. Chat room and all that stuff. Yeah, man, because even though you make videos and pre-records, man, it's all fun, but this new format, man, you get to know the people. You feel their energy and their temperature, man. Like, you know.
True.
And then when I hit Kuda's lane, he said, I need to talk to you. And yeah, we vibe very well in months. And then the more he learned about me, it's like, nah, I ain't like them other guys, man. I observe everything. I ain't just a one-trick pony out here just trying to pick sides. I don't do that. Yeah. And the more I learned about his channel and all those the discussions y'all had, I said, what I'm missing last last year. Shit. Yeah. I missed out a lot, and I saw some of his old content when who he was cool with, and then this was over here. Shit. Platinum before they was big. You know what I mean? Just I'm looking at the people that done left, and the ones that stayed, they were consistent. You know what I mean? Mm. Yeah.
Yep.
But that April, man, shit, that was an interesting month for me. I learned a lot from April, even though when I started live streaming for the first time, tried this format, and I said, man, it's gonna be nice for me. But summer, I'm just gonna be laying back and do more outside streams more than this. But I'll do these at night, if I feel like I have time to do that.
Yeah, in the summer, I'm gonna definitely be out a lot more. I'm definitely be traveling a little bit, so y'all gonna be getting like some different type of content, some more interviews, and got some business people lined up to interview, and just different stuff. I'ma still do my lives and stuff, but a lot of my pre-records is gonna be like outdoor stuff.
Yeah.
People, business people, because since I've started my platform back in 2016, a lot of other people that I know now, they got a lot of businesses going. They're doing a lot of things. They don't have a platform to promote outside of like Facebook, and they're trying to get into the YouTube thing. So I'm gonna be showcasing them. Like one of my homeboys that's out here in NC Whitney, he has his own non-for-profit organization dealing with children. He getting ready to drop an app coming in July, where you can go to your app store and download it, where you can get services for your children, homework help, studying, places where you could go and get Christmas gifts, all those types of resources. My homeboy got a whole foundation dealing with that, so I gotta get some footage of him, interview him, start promoting him, just doing stuff like that. That's where a lot of my pre-recorded content is gonna be for during the summertime. But as far as like my lives and stuff, they gonna pretty much stay the same. As far as me speaking to brothers and things like that, but my pre-records I'm definitely getting outside to see, like, getting in tune with brothers and what businesses is going on and things like that, and making more connections.
Yeah, I'm hitting the streets this summer. I'm hitting the streets this summer. Like, man, I've been too busy in this ghost cave making beats and shit. It's like, it's about time that, yeah.
You gotta get out there and start moving. Especially in COVID, they getting ready to lift the whole COVID thing. So we could get back to traveling and
Yeah.
I'm going back to the streets. Back to the streets.
Yeah, fresh air.
Yeah, fresh air, man. Fresh air. And that's where we, especially us being earth signs, man, that's where, the earth is our turf.
Oh yeah.
That's where we make our significance at. In the streets, talking to people, building with people, helping people. That's what we specialize in, because we earth signs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The air sign deals with the air energy.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the water signs, Scorpios, Cancers, and Pisces, right? And then you have the fire sign, your Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So,
more of the Leos and the fire signs, they're more of your warrior energy, the energy you need to fight. that's gonna keep your ambitions and your drive going. And then you need that water energy. That's for your emotions. That's your emotional intelligence. You know, you need that. Like one of my best friends, he had cancer, and he was always into the medical field. He's into service professions dealing with helping people because he's a nurturer. He has that nurturing energy. And I told him this. I said, yo, it's ironic. You only have daughters. He has 2 daughters. You don't have no sons. I said, that's ironic. You had 2 daughters and you had cancer. Because he provides that. He provides that energy.
Yeah.
That nurturing energy. He's even like that with us. Like he down with the get down, but he also the one that'll be like, I don't feel we should go that way. He's one of those guys. He follows his gut feeling. That's that water sign. My mother's a Scorpio. She's the same way.
I had a grandfather was a Scorpio too. He was like that too. My mom's father. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They follow their gut. That's the emotions. That's that water. That's that water. Emotions. Water. That's just water moving. That's all emotions is.
Yeah. But that air deals with that air energy, that ice and all that water, the truth and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas and Gemini, same thing with the twins.
Yeah.
The balance is yeah.
Yeah, my son, you have to I had to figure out a special way to communicate with him because he's a Gemini. Because he has a way of where he wants that nurturing and that touchy feely stuff, and then sometimes he don't want to be bothered. Like it's like I'll come in there and be like, hey son, what you doing? Oh, nothing. He'll just turn around and then I'll be talking to him. He'll just be looking at his device, doing what he's doing. And he'll turn around and give me that look like, all right, nigga, get out. Yeah, like, we're done here.
That's pretty much what it comes. That advice even when it makes sense. I have a cousin that's a Gemini. When I took passed away, it's only a few, but that's how they are, man. Like I have no issues with them, but what it could say, we had like 4 people in the room. I said, yeah, 8.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah.
And they present them to you at all different times.
Oh yeah.
At any time too. Like they'll present it to you in the middle of the night, anytime. Like, hey, look at this. I love it though, man. I love it because it keeps me. It keeps me grounded. Going back to the earth sign, it keeps me grounded. It keeps me out of my ego. You know what I'm saying? It keeps me grounded to the point where I don't get caught in my parental bag where I'm like, oh no, you gotta do it this way because I'm your father. You know, it keeps me away from it. That energy makes me be like, okay, well, why is he doing it? And then when I started figuring it out, well, it's nothing personal. It's just the way he is. You know, a lot of parents, I'm gonna say a lot of black parents, they don't take the time to sit down and understand their children. Like, personally, like, that's your child, but your child is still an individual with their own personality, with their own ways and modes. So, to me, what I always felt was best for me when I parent is for me to never forget who my child is and understand that they have their own way of seeing things. And I felt like by me looking at my children like that, I was able to parent better because it stopped a lot of the BS that I went through as a child. Because my mom's, she's a Scorpion. My mom's is very dominant. My mother she wanted to dominate me instead of parent me. You know, so and my mother always felt like she had to do that because my mother's a small lady. My mother like 5'4". I'm 6'4". Big dude. My mother like big men. My pop's a big dude. I'm a big dude. And I'm taller than my father. My father only 6 feet. I'm 6'4". I'm tall like my mother's brothers. All my uncles are 6'3", 6'4". Because all my uncles played ball. You know, so my mother always felt like she had to dominate me. But what I realized when I got to be grown was, yo, your mom's did that to you because you was a big ass dude. She was scared. It's just you and her in the house. You growing up. She probably scared if she don't, you know, if she don't do something to hurt you, she might feel like you might hurt her. You know, and that's just me becoming more emotionally mature. Because I never looked at it like I would hurt my mother. But I also never looked at it like maybe she think I would hurt her. Because of my size, my stature. She's still a woman, and I'm still a man. So she never wanted me when she's, you know, whooping my ass or whatever, for me to, you know, hit her back. So she made sure that never happened. You know, which was wrong. We know that that's wrong. But now that I'm grown, I understand her dysfunctional mentality. I understand where it comes from. You know, and that's what I was telling brothers on today's show, man. To get out of their mommy issues, man, you gotta.
I saw that.
You know, you gotta look at your mother. Now that we're grown men, don't just look at your mother. Take the mother label off and look at her as a woman and what she went through as a young girl. Not just her being your mother, because your mother was a woman in the world before she had you. She was another person with parents like you. See, a lot of us guys, we can't look at our mothers like that because to a lot of us, our mothers were superheroes. You see, so we can't strip all of that stuff off our mothers and look at her as just being a woman. And I had to actually do that with my mom. I'm like, damn, Mom, and I didn't say this to her, I'm saying this to myself, like, damn, Mom, you had me when you was 20. Why am I mad that you didn't do everything right? You was 20. You was 20, Mom. You were 20. You were 20. And then, not only were you 20, Mom, but you was 20 in 1985. Where was society at in 85? What was people doing in 85? What were women known for doing in 85? I heard some shit. So, and she 20 with a baby. So that's why I was outside with her, getting drunk in a stroller. You see, now I'm starting to understand why those things happen. Yeah, they were wrong, but they happened, y'all. What are you doing? That's what I want brothers to understand. Where do we go from here? Where do we go? What is our next destination after the gynocracy?
That's a great question.
Come on, bro.
That is a very big
Yeah.
question.
Even my dad's father was 6 foot, even though he's a pastor. Me and just DeAndre shared something in common. Yeah, my dad's people grew up in the church, and it runs in the family. He's a preacher's son, so and his great grandfather was like that as well with the Bible and stuff. But we discussed it. And he said, "I don't force it on people." Well, he doesn't believe in it now. When we used to be Christians back in the day, man, it was tough, man. Yeah, even the moms, and then there was some single moms on both sides of my family too, the cousins, and it's awful, man. What are you gonna do without your mom? You got to be responsible, be a man. And what DS1 Sheets Stay Sleep TV said, look, man, you got to do what you got to do. You can't be worrying about your moms. How you gonna fight the guy? I said, are you gonna think your way out of this like a man, critically thinking skills? I mean, that's important. That's what Red Pill is about. You can't worry about what people done to you. Move forward.
And that's good. And what's interesting, man, like I shared on today's show, is what really made me go back to and I started thinking about a lot of things is because, in March I lost my grandma. My grandma passed away, my mother's mother. And it woke me up about a lot of things about my mom. Because when I looked at my grandmother's life, I'm like, damn, grandma, you dealt with all of that at that age, and then turn around and have no children. And turn around and had 8 children. I said, damn, girl. My mom is 5'5". My grandmother was 5 feet. About 125 pounds, 130 the most. And she was healthy. They call my grandmother sweetheart. But she also was a Pisces, so she'd cut your throat too. But just me, when they was reading her obituary and the things she'd been through, I'm like, man, my mother is a result of this. And I am a result of what my mother would do. Where does this end? The women can't stop this. They don't have the willpower to. Because the things they've been through in life, they're destroyed. They're destroyed. It's not in them to fight this shit. It's not in my mom's to fight this. My mother told me my whole life, get over it. Because that's what she taught herself to do. It ain't in our women. They tell us we built like that. Gasoline, we built like that. We really like that. But what happened to the space? What happened to us being about that? What happened? Little boom boom come around and we don't want to towel. Who wasn't getting no boom boom than Dr. King? When he's got good alkalites,
We one blue pill away, once the boom boom comes.
Yeah. So
Come on, dog.
Really shit out of control. I sold on platinums.
yeah.
Out of control. I sold on platinums platform. So, yeah, I got it. Damn. Like, I was gonna tank on it.
Yeah. And I think he came up one time on platinum. So I said, I didn't know who this guy was. And I said, oh, okay. Then I saw your icons. Okay. They was complaining, man. And he mentioned your name was Sean. I said, yeah, I think I seen you in Cruise Chat a few times. I was like, okay.
Yeah, man. That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was. I was in that stream. I was in that chat. I mean, these niggas, wow.
Yeah, platinum. I call platinum Springer.
Yeah,
He's the new friend of Jay Springer.
yeah, he
I
is.
swear to God.
Man.
That's why I call Bernard Rowley or Nikovich. He's Maury. He's Maury. You are my ninth father. He's Maury. And then you got Platinum Springer that come on later on in the day. That's where all the fighting, the food fights, all that go on. That's Platinum Springer.
Yo, picked up there and tricked the minutes and we go with this. They be like, what? That ain't off the table. That messes with him too. Like, it messes with him. You know? It's very brilliant though, because if you answer, you ain't supposed to answer that, right? And I thought you were supposed to be messing, but he messes with the heads though, because a lot of dudes get folded, you know.
I be seeing that shit. I'm like, let's see what Platinum does, man.
He does that on purpose. No, it's calculated though. I mean, it's I know exactly what he's doing.
It's a method to his madness. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A lot of those dudes be thirsty over there. I see that in this space, and it's like you can't even have a real conversation with well if you start putting them pictures up. Oh, that energy, man. That's why I'm going on this panels like that, man. Because I already know what he's gonna do. Yeah.
That's how it starts.
That's why you gotta play carefully.
You just gotta stand on your square. Yeah. Because he's trying to see if you really 10 toes down. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was. I figured that out from the beginning. He was subscribed to his channel. I said, yeah, he's exposing these niggas, man.
Exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love it.
And they fall for it. They fall for it. That's the fucked up thing about it. And they try to say, well, I don't like this. And put that picture on. He said, let me put this picture up here. He always showed that to Kuda.
That should be hilarious, man. I'll be sitting in the chat. And yeah, these Negroes go trick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we started building. I'm gonna get into it. It's a long one. I want to bore y'all to death. Let's see what music is on. Hold on. See what music is on right here. I'm gonna play this part.
Talked about that earlier today when it was about that. And I said, I know who you are.
Yeah. He used to be down with Angry Man and them too. He used to be down with the Black Order.
With the Black
Order.
Yeah. He'd be over there with Faulkner and them. And he
Jay Sean.
Jay Sean. Yeah, Jay Sean.
That's his group.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably seen him in the chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat and the panel, but the BGS panels is what he's known for. Like, he always talks to him, and we talked about that for hours, man. That was a great build.
Yeah, because he's He's a black dude that's married to an Asian. He has like an Asian family.
Yeah, Japan.
He went to Japan and met his wife, and like he's like the real definition of SYSBM.
Right.
Yeah.
Like for real, like he's really living that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Living overseas, he raises children over there. He's been over there for years. Like he was one of the first guys before the whole SYSBM, blow up in this space. He was one of the guys who was talking about that when I first got into this space. DeAndre was one of those people.
Yeah, I could have did that when I was in it. If I was tight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if I was married, but then,
Yeah, go out there and settle down.
yeah. I mean, shit that I did got me kicked out or whatnot, but I've been around, so I'm kind of well-rounded. I understand all that. Like a lot of dudes by default in the military, man. If you single, you kind of SYSBM anyway. They just don't know it, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Get some culture. Raising kids, speaking two languages, and whatnot. That's good shit.
That's dope shit.
Hell yeah.
That's why I always listen to DeAndre, because I especially I like listening to him too when he start breaking down the blacks, like the martial arts culture and how that really come from us.
Yeah.
Like he really could go into that shit.
Oh yeah.
He can really go into that. So
That's probably why I appreciate martial arts, because I was doing martial arts almost 15 years. I haven't done it in like 10 because my seafood. I think he still live out here, but when you get older, man, he not teaching no more. So every now and then gotta go to his house. But yeah, I remember reading while I was gonna get this book. I think it's Yasuki, first black samurai.
Yasuke.
Yeah. I don't know how to say it, but
Yeah, you said it right. Yasuke, yeah.
I remember that. I was all into that too. I was all into martial arts, especially like Japanese culture, the way it was. You know what I'm saying? Like everywhere I went in the Navy, man, I always went out to explore like their culture first before like the female shit. You know what I mean? Like that was already a lot of this. Like he was going back shit, but I wanted to learn different shit. Because that's an opportunity that a lot of people in America don't get a chance to do. That place I travel on, Uncle Sam's, you know what I mean? That's what it's all about.
Facts. See me, since y'all, I'm familiar with y'all brothers. I don't say this much on my channel, but I'm a pet guy. I love pets. I love animals. So that's what always drew me to traveling when I was a kid, because I love nature.
Right.
So any place where I'm at, I'm looking at the wildlife.
Oh yeah.
Like when I took my trip to St. Thomas, man, that's why if y'all follow me on Instagram, I got a video. I'm on the beach talking to the iguanas and shit.
Right.
People was laughing at me, like, why are you talking to them? Because I love animals. I love, and my favorite group of animals that I love is reptiles.
Yeah, same here.
I love snakes. Love lizards.
Yeah.
I love it. Like I love them. Like growing up, my dream was to own a pet store. And when I retire from everything that I'm doing, that's what I want to do till I die. I want to die with my reptiles.
Yeah.
With my pets and shit. So when I get older, that's what I want to do. I want to teach kids how to not be afraid of snakes and shit like that.
Right. That's cool. I'm not. Yeah. But the good thing is, my mom has this therapy dog. These this shorty like Chihuahua, and I'm like a dog whisperer, and then her therapist
just gave her the dog just as a gift for her, right? And she said, "What is it about us and the dogs?" I said, "Well, we have something that's in us, that we can't know. It was trained and everything, and love us and everything. But I be talking to it like a certain talk. I give it to it. It's a female dog, right? It does like every command, and it listens to it. But I'm good with animals myself, I have that about me as well. So I ain't that cool, to them. And so
Right. And a lot of people think, earth signs is just, like we're just so practical and, so mean and focused and man.
It's more to us than that. It's
That's the first thing that comes off.
They'll say at first it's so stubborn, but that's stuff. Yeah, we have our possessiveness, but it's a control thing. And 9 out of 10, we're good people. We just don't want to be bothered half the time. We don't like to be touched. I say that about the sign as well. Yeah, just like Artemis, I say, he said, you don't like to be touched. You like sweets. I said, yeah, that's what we do, man. But the other signs I know them very well because I have them in my family because they tell you about their characteristics so easily. So, I'm more tangible. I need something in my hands fixed on. So, you're right. That's how it is.
Yeah, I remember my dad was before he passed away, he was still a pastor or whatever, Christian. And I guess his mentor was like the touchy-feely type of guy, like hugging, this and that. And I would kind of like turn my shoulder, and my dad would just still don't like to be touched, man. Especially you don't know you. Like that's one of the things, like, when I meet people, there's like a 3-tier as I get to know you type of thing, like type of touch. So, I might give you the fist bump, you know what I'm saying? Then it's the dap, then it might be the hug. You know what I'm saying? Like bringing it in type, that little bear hug or whatever.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Me too. When it depends. Like with me, like if I meet you from somebody that I know, I'm the type that still give you that. Yeah, what's good?
Yeah.
Like I'm that guarded. Like even if you coming with my homie, I was good. I don't I ain't gonna give you no that. I'm gonna speak to you though.
Yeah. I don't know you like that.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. That's me.
That's very
And I'm like that with women too.
Oh yeah, same here.
Like I'm like that with women too, and women take that offensive because they like, who do you think he is? He think he the shit. No, I don't know you, miss.
Right. My family like that. When I go back to Georgia, my mom's side of the family. But a lot of them I don't know because I ain't seen them in 15 years. You don't even know me.
You don't know me, so why am I gonna sit here and act like we know each other? You're a stranger to me. I was taught from young to not trust strangers.
Facts.
I still follow that as a grown man.
Exactly.
Even in the union, like IBW, right? It's International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. So we got a saying like, everybody be like, hey, what's up, bro? I'm like, yo, don't throw me if you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody walk around, yeah, I love you, brother, I love you. There's only a few people that I bring in with the bear hug type of thing and the dap, like the hug out of love type thing, because I've been through shit with them. You know what I'm saying? 5 years of class, being on the same job for the last 10 years. We grew up together and this thing. So it's, everybody, it's just going to be different. You got your clique, your little crew, going on the road, you meet people, they show you love, but, I don't know you yet.
Right.
So I understand. Yeah.
Let me skim through this. I ain't gonna play this. Y'all can watch the rest on my channel, but we'll get to the good part where they close out. Let me see. He fell out. Alright, get to this part.
okay, you guys are the so-called intellectuals, but y'all over there talking about intellectual sex.
I mean, it has a unisex. I may do a stream on that and explain it, and then add the traits to it. But it's weird. I asked Complex about it. Like, you know, it was a female on Twitter said she was one. I said, hold on a second. Let me really research. I want to see more links about it in the future. Because he had so many topics on his brain trust, and it was like a series of my energies and shit. Okay. Now, this is a whole nother fourth industrial shit I've ever heard. You know, that's the session. You know, he said that right there. So he just said that. I don't think we could be on that. And then Kuda hit him with the smart chicks and the hypersophilia. And I think Complex mentioned that on his channel. And he caught him off guard. He said most guys like dumb chicks. And they don't want no smart one with no feelings. You know why? They try to rob you, man. Just like the trick, like Deshaun was saying. You gotta watch it. That's some dudes like them dumb, man. I hate to say that we're normal. A smart chick, that's too much, man. That's just pushing it, especially with those degrees, PhDs, man. I just like,
Nah, me too. I want my sex to be carnal. I want carnal, hot, animalistic, sweaty, earthbound sex. Straight up. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's just be honest, man. Like, brothers just need to keep it real. That's why, you know, all of our groups is falling apart. It's just not keeping it real. Not keeping it real, man. Everybody coming from these different angles. When dudes is just capping, that's why I think the show capping is life. Yeah, he made that off of fasting. Because his name is fasting is life. Right. And I was thinking about fasting right before I made this show. I was thinking about fasting. And, you know, fasting, he always, you know, when Platinum was back on Quarter Joint, he used to always say Platinum tricking his life. Yeah, he said that today. Right, tricking his life. He said that today. So I'm like, capping his life. I said, that's the show. That's classic. That's the show. I said, that's the show. I said, that's classic. When I heard that stream and you went in on people, man, I started hollering. And then you saw about a certain individual. I should have said Big Homie. He said, in my mind, I was listening to Kuda. He said my name. I started laughing. I said, oh my God. I was still in that frame, man, because Kuda recommended to me in the community tab. I'm like, all right, look at this. And that's like, woo, that's a classic. Shout out to Fast. Yeah, shout out to him. Kuda for that, man. Yeah, shout out to my nigga Kuda. And me and him would get along too, because not only is me and but we both like Path 8s. Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned that in that stream too, about the Capricorn thing with Captain is like, and it makes sense. You know, I put that together. I said, well, damn, that makes sense there. I always mention you every time on every stream. I said, yeah, I've heard that name before. Trust me, in the space. You have a reputation, trust me. It may be good. It may be bad sometimes. To me, it's kind of good because I'm like, yeah, this is all right with me. I was surprised and now this is all right. It's always yeah, not about real ones. Real ones understand. The real ones know my heart. They understand. They understand my intentions. Y'all know that my intentions is pure and righteous. My intentions is not to hurt. Yeah. When he told me about the threats that Anger Man was getting and all the people in the doxing, I shook my head. I mean, doxing is not cool on either side, but I ain't tolerate that, you know, for individuals. I used to follow, I'm like, man, I'm just not going for it. Like, over a damn joke, like, in a live chat,
And he explained it to me too. AM did, and I said, yeah, I figured that. I figured it. You with them niggas. I saw them old biz and it told the truth. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, what I signed up for, man. Oh, yeah, she get nasty, man. She get nasty. I didn't see that too because I was learning about the New York manuscript, man. Because I come from that 1.0 era, man. Like, what are y'all niggas is doing, man? Becoming panelists. Tripping. Yeah. Y'all panelists now. Thanks, it's right. Yo, sir, I'm about to wrap it up, man. I'm about to get up out of here, wrap it up. Man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for having me, man. You got a cash app or anything, man? I ain't got nothing. Just share the stream. You know, like it. I got you. Yeah, appreciate you. You're welcome anytime, man. No doubt, appreciate you. Yeah, peace to the God, man. Peace to God. Peace. All right, later, rush on. Peace.
Now that's what you have. That was a good deal with Sheep. Y'all can watch the whole stream, and like I said, man, it's pretty good, you know. And it's just what it is, and yeah, and that's what I like to see. The reason I played it so long, I just want to show you that that's what I like to be on this type of time. I love builds, and yeah, I played some of the old stuff. Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming by, man. I'm gonna end this. Okay, I ended that. So that's the build that I want to like show y'all the videos and old stuff. But yeah, man. How to maintain content is pretty simple. Once you have everything in content, you just get into. Hold on. Yeah, I had to come back in. Yeah. Oh shit, hold on. Damn, what's up the stream? All right, I'm good now. Yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah, I had to show y'all what the content you have to maintain, but some of my content is evergreen, and I know people is not up for it. But yeah, I just showed a couple of streams, and I just got. I'm just reminiscing how I maintain and whatever. Yeah, I could have showed y'all a lot. It was just a stream on the replay, and yeah, it's how to maintain content. I was just showing examples of vids and things out there, but for me, it's pretty cool. But yeah. Well, damn, that bad? It was that bad? 40%? Oh God. Man. Okay. Let me hit that. Oh, I'm streaming. That's why my battery keeps going. Yeah, that's the thing about battery, man. Let me put this on. I'll shut my door for a minute. I got time to talk about this. I know I did it for like 2 hours and things like that. But yeah, I'm going like this for a minute. Content and long-term results. For me, when it's long-term results, what I do is I take like 6 years off when my first go around of the 1.0 era and things like that in the manosphere. I try to build a foundation, but the thing is, I try to get it in motion. But I think people serve their purpose and things like that nature. So, I'm not even worried about it. But when I actually do make content, it's just, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? Like I did like almost 2 hours watching some of my old stuff. I think shouts out to Tom Malone for coming up and listening. I was showing my old stuff too. And I was showing examples of my channel. It's like a reintroduction of what my channel is about. And I'll talk about certain things in my next streams. I'm do a little history and just a little dabble there and there, and then existentialism. I ain't got much in July, and I'm just gonna be free. A lot of them's gonna be self live streams. You know what I mean? Just put it on the plaster. But yeah, there's some people. I probably got one hater, but hey, that's cool. It's part of the game. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I'm not even tripping at this point. So as you can see, as you get, so yeah, leave. I'll put this in here. And I'm gonna get a little refresh. But you got dudes up in here tripping. And it's a little refresh. Yeah. And that's what I got. But I got my StreamYards and things like that. I want to shout out everybody that came through. Queen came through, Juan G's, Sir Anthony, Tampa, a lot of Chips. Who else? Shouts out to y'all came through, but I'm still up. And shouts out to Toya. Salute to her for the channel. She's new here. But yeah, it's all the good things to know, but my channel is very diverse. I talk about different things too. I talk a little manager stuff, how to deal with people, individuals, the opposite sex, like the females a little bit, but I don't deal with the relationship aspects. It's just a tester, that's something. There's other channels you can do that with. But yeah, I know it sells and it's a big deal, but it's not that much topics when you talk about relationships. At this point, some people just don't want that. But I keep it basic, interests, that's my thing. But last time I had a relationship, that was like decades ago. I ain't even focused on that. I'm on my Manispherian purpose. But if it happens, it happens. But I don't let it stop. I just let it go with the flow, because I spread my topics around. For me, yeah, look out for those streams, and then I'll do some self-streaming. I may do it tomorrow or tomorrow night. And I got one on the 12th. So be on the lookout. I'll do a lot of self-streams, Might do it at night. So I know people's not coming up because everybody's too busy live streaming. So, it could have been a good topic. Things like that nature. So that's the thing. I had to refresh my thing. So, but yeah, everybody came through. But yeah, when you take drama and beef out of content, people that's loyal to you, it's how you produce it. What I was doing back then was evergreen content. I didn't realize that, and I think me and Kuda talked about this last night, early morning. They blocked his stream, so they took it down. It was called like wasting time. If I don't know if y'all catch that stream last night, we had some very good points. I mean, I talked about my situation and things and that nature, but I also talked about when you actually build content. Because the thing is, I just noticed that my stuff was evergreen, and people like my old stuff versus, you know, the newer stuff. Because see, if I leave the newer stuff, I've learned how to build it. So I build my confidence through that. But the thing is, I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? I'm building content and do whatever. So yeah, I sustain a long time. But it's gonna get there. I'm not tripping. You know, a lot of people's like, you know, some people expect you to do content like tomorrow, whatever. Because you know, yeah, Saturday's a busy. I usually don't do Saturday content. I don't usually do it because this one I decide to schedule it. I usually don't do it, but you know, but this stream has been like what, 2 hours. So I know people's not coming up, but yeah, this is a good one. So, you know, I know people's distracted and doing things like that nature. So I get it. You know, I'm just moving around myself. I know everybody is up here and things like that nature. So, you know, and that's the funny thing is. And yeah, man. And that's it. But you know, I know people is busy and moving around, but you know, I'm telling them I'm out. And I won't say it like this, you know, in this stream, I won't say I'm out. Came through. And just go to the logic sphere and all that. Yeah, man. But that's the thing, you know, when you maintain content, it's appreciable. You know what I'm saying? Like this is almost like what, 3 hours in. And I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate the ones that came through and watched some of my old stuff. But yeah, but I'll explain. I'll explain again. I'll do it again because I can add some 3 hour mark digits and then I'll close it out. Probably I'll see where this goes. Someone not coming up, then I'll end it. I'll explain one more time how to maintain. I ain't gonna play no videos this time. It's gonna be here. Show you how my channel works. So I know long-term results is not one of the things people talking about what I mean. Let's see. And that's it. I'm just going to go here for a minute. I mean, the link's in the chat if y'all want to join. But you know, I'm just going to put this out here. I'm going to talk about my channel because I know people is busy. Got one person. Appreciate you though. Yeah, I showed you Valley of Dry Bones, the Book of Daniel right here. King Nebuchadnezzar's dream. It's a lot of good streams. The Jesus myth. I was getting into the Torah at the time. I got away from that Christian stuff thanks to Elder Young One. Mysterious of Mithra. And I was coming hard back then. 5,000 with the ancient black civilization from Babylon Timbuktu. I did that on the computer with the lion. So you know how that went. The ancient Japhites. So I showed pictures, man. I have content for days, man. And it's very evergreen. Y'all taking my old stuff. I've been doing this type of stuff. But the live streams, I know it gets kind of boring. I see that. So I ain't gonna play another one. That's what I've been doing. So I know it's kind of, you know, complected right now. Let's go with the most popular. And I know people try to say you ain't pulling no content, but no, dude, I've been doing this. It's just I got to get used to it enough. And I think stuff live streams, I get a lot of viewership. I've noticed that. That's a good thing about it. See, panels, people get tired of it. You just gotta have a different subject matter. And people just look at it for whatever reason. That's a long time. Yeah. The most popular is the Moorish Science Temple, that the Jesus was the slave ship, ancient Europe. You know, those are the views I got. That's the most popular. Moors of Journey is a good one because I pieced it together. So yeah, I'm just showing you longevity. Oh God. I'm offline. Oh, sorry. Hey, about to say. Thought my internet was working for a minute. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Had a weak signal for a minute. All right. But that's it, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm live right now. So yeah, man, that's just my channel. And you know, if you check it out, and that's just what I'm talking about. I was explaining me. But yeah. Yeah. What's going on, Rashawn? Salute. Yeah, man. You know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I know people came through. But you know. Oh. He wants to talk. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
No, you good. You good. You good. I had Tom Malone earlier.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he came through, man. Yeah, I was talking about how to be consistent with your content. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just saw his chat in the public chat. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I watched that DS1 video from the mainstream Transit, you know, and I put this in the stream, like the end of it.
Uh-huh.
And I was looking at my old content stuff, how it can be longevity. Oh
Yeah.
man, it just breaks down everything what's going on. So you know how that is.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like what happened yesterday.
Yeah, like that stuff. I was talking about my old stuff, and then how to. I think what it could have said. We was talking about evergreen content. Yeah, people like your old stuff more than your new stuff because it takes time so they can
Yeah.
marinate, and it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned to accept that though, and I said, "Man, let me do this," and it works. You know, I know what works. It's certain
Right.
titles you put on your videos, and that's not easy to do, but it's time consuming, but it's worth it. You know, you take that risk, and we risk our lives to do what we do. And
Mm-hmm.
I had a Gopi, I had everybody. I had Tom Malone up here. That was a shocker that he came up here, but he usually be chopping up laughing on people in the chat. But he does good on panels, so that's good to know. I didn't know he came on mine. I said, "Yeah, you always welcome up here, man."
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Shinobi spear.
Yep. Damn right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Let's just say I watch everybody.
Yeah.
I'm always watching.
Yeah.
You
Same
fuck
here.
up. You fuck up. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was over at King the Gods and King the Gods stream earlier, and everybody was cammed up. You got all the ladies cammed up, and you got
I was in there. I was like, let me sit this one out. Like,
Neil was off that shit. They say he was lit. I said, yeah, he was.
yeah, yeah. I was like, you know what? Maybe the next time. Maybe the next time. But yeah, this look like you know what I mean? All right, let me set my young whippersnapper ass out of this one.
Yeah. But that's just, I just had to share about a little bit about my channel, man, because I didn't think what the direction was going, but I'm glad I made this topic and how to sustain it. It ain't easy. And I was looking at the views I had from my old stuff. I'm like, and I look at the topics and the title of the videos. That's what I was really about. And then I was explaining it, and then I showed some videos how to maintain the evergreen and people if they like it or not. And then I just let it fly. But once I left and took a 6-year hiatus, it's proof. It's possible. The views went up. And I have a couple of subscribers today too. I got some Chinese guy following me. I mean, he's a cool dude. And he stumbled upon my channel. He liked that last stream I did, the self live stream. And I said, man, I appreciate him that. I mean, for the support. So yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just,
Yeah.
you keep doing what you're doing, man. Like,
yeah, I'm making headways, but it's a combination.
Yeah. Man, listen, like, shoot. Like, I already know, man. Like, I haven't, and I keep on forgetting to like upgrade my StreamYard. I'm like, you know what? I gotta upgrade my shit. And I'm like, fuck, I keep forgetting.
I mean, that's how people start out. They don't upgrade it until they're ready. I'm glad I upgraded mine so I can host a lot of people, and it makes sense. I have the money, so I'm good on it. So yeah, man, I'm taking that risk. I'm about to buy me a microphone. I think it's a Quadcast. I'm investing in that and see if that's gonna be any count, because I won't keep it in just in case. Even if I like it or not, I'll use it for something. But if I use it for the stream, I'm like, yeah, this will work. I'm gonna have to do something because I got to use this Chromebook. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the only thing, because that's all I'm using it for is live streaming and things like that.
Right.
Instead of the phone. The phone's easy. I want to see if they have mini mics and things like that in the future. I want to invest in it. But yeah, I'm just moving around with it. But yeah, tonight's topic is pretty simple. It's how you sustain it long term. But you got to control that content and make sure it's right. Me and Kuda talk about how evergreen it was. Yeah. It ain't easy. That's why he's got good content too, because he's done a lot of shows.
Yeah. And it shows, man.
I got 4 in the chamber, so I still got to watch his stuff.
Yeah, and it's like it's always good. It's always good to like just It's always good to observe and just watch how he control control the fuck. Sorry, I just got off from work and shit. Like, how he like moves like with his panel, So I do my best to learn like one day at a time. What I mean?
Right.
It's like I may not have my microphone yet, but like I'm getting mine soon. Very soon.
Yeah. I'll get a piece, check it out. And I meant to pick it up at Target. I seen it. But they got a couple of stuff in Best Buy too. I'll make my way around it. Eventually I will, because I'm gonna use it for this Chromebook. Because if I go on panels and start talking, and that's the thing,
Yeah.
And it's fun to do that, because in the chat, that's so easy. It's easy to do that,
Right.
Yeah. But I hope Nude start streaming, whatever. They said they ain't gonna let him stream. I said, I know that's part of the game. So so
What?
I don't know. It's just he hadn't able to stream. I seen the thumbnail, but I hope he gets around to it. I said I know it's gonna be late his time, and it's gonna be like early in the morning.
Right, right.
Yeah. What's going on, Absalom? Salute. So you know how it is.
Yeah, I definitely know. I definitely know, bro. I definitely know.
Yeah. It gets like that for certain people, but and I think he uses Zoom. I got Zoom on here. Yeah.
I actually have Zoom myself too. Like I just haven't really like used it.
Mm-hmm.
Like only if that's if there's like other people like Dusty on you using Zoom, like that's when I'll just like, all right, you know what? Let me just get the app for my laptop and shit.
Mm-hmm. I can't use mine on my phone, but I can use it on here on this device. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
Yeah. It's going on, she. But it's just like, yeah. You just gotta maintain it. But everybody came through. Toya came through.
Oh,
Shout
that's
out to she's probably a new subscriber. But it's all good, man. But see, I'm building that foundation, so it's coming. All needs the extra piece, and I'm good. So and it's like Kuda's right. Yeah, you get new people coming in, and you tell them, and they support you and things like that. But I move around the space. I see and observe, and if people's watching your content, it's great, man.
yeah.
That's a great thing. Yeah, and I think Art of New Style canceled his stream yesterday, last night, and I said, "What the hell happened?" And yeah. And he said he was going to do it tomorrow, but no, he joined the DC Code Breakers that early morning Saturday. So I just got off the panel with Kuda when was doing that karaoke. It ended, and they blocked his video because of that copyright shit. He had a lot of copyright stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
Yo, that should be so bogus, man. YouTube be very anal about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the hell? It's like you can't even play music without them like being anal about it.
Mm-hmm. And you got to be good too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, and that's part of it.
Yeah, the game is the game.
Mm-hmm. And that's part of it, and like when you have bills like these, it's cool. But I think Ty City did great at Platinums that first stream, not the Misha one. That was a disaster. But that
no.
yeah, that stream with Platinum earlier, and Ty City checked that girl, man. Like he didn't even respond. I laughed. He said, "Look, I told you, fellas, you don't care." He's streaming right now.
Yeah. I was actually in there when I saw the
yeah.
when he pulled.
I saw you
when he was on Platinum's panel. I was like, oh shit.
They was talking about Hassan and Kwame. Yeah, that was a 5-hour stream. I was there, man.
Yeah.
That Misha shit was a disaster, but that's how she followed Kane and how that shit happened.
What?
Yeah. And I saw that. Yeah. I said, what's she doing here?
Oh no. Hey, it's better not to know.
Mm-hmm.
It's better not to know.
Yeah.
God damn, man. Shit. First motherfuckers. Yesterday that shit blew my fucking mind. Like I'm like, yeah, still. You know what? I can't. You know what? I'm gonna let y'all set yourselves up. Cause oh my god, like, you know, it never ceased to amaze me that people try to have these little intellectual conversation on like yesterday's panel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said it in the box. Y'all motherfuckers don't listen, but y'all want to be on the black man's panel, right?
Yeah. Kuda said that yesterday over at Isms and trying to explain what was about to happen, these co-ed panels. And I said, yeah, they usually don't work. But the risk taking them to hit, he knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what comes with it. And I said, yeah, it can be bad, But Kane was having fun tonight because it was a build-up off of Platinums.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a good show. All right, we're talking about that stuff.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it really, how it really comes down to it, it really depends who's on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be one of those days that there's gonna be like an hour build and what's going on, sheep. Like it's gonna be one of those build ups, and then it's gonna be one of those like bullshit ass days.
Mm-hmm.
It's like where what happened yesterday, like people getting getting over ahead of themselves and shit.
Yeah. And that's what they do, man. Like it depends on who's on the panel. And I think last night I was talking Triple Black. It lasted for like hours, like 8 hours, and then he dipped. And I was on the panel with Kuda like 11 hours as usual. And he's consistent. And that was a good show. And I think he opened it up around, I would say about the 2 to 3 hour mark. Yeah. I was been on there with him for hours, like almost like we're really 10 hours because it was 11-hour stream.
Right.
So I took that risk again because that night he was upset about what happened over at Ism and about the females making certain points, slut chase, little shit.
Yeah. And you know what, man? Like, it's like, it's like he already knows, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, so somebody, I would say, yeah, like some of these chicks think they know our realities, but they don't. You know what I mean? They have a single fucking clue.
Mm-hmm.
So they try to, use all these goofy ass talking points, talking about like how it all started. Like, no, we already know about that. We're focusing on the present. Why are modern day women of today still acting the fuck up? Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just like the content he was talking about. Like you got to be careful with. And that's why I made this stream. It's a combination of mine's and others. What separates mine? Mine's one of those channels it's like a gem. You just talk and do your thing. And even my old stuff, I've been on this type of time, but the streams kind of helped it. But the self live streams, man, I enjoy those. I mean, that's have the most fun. Yeah. You get to talk to people and people come through. But when it comes to these This is like only in the nighttime. You know, I try not to do them in the daytime because it's kind of tricky when you do it in the day. So, you know.
Yeah, that's what I pretty much learned. Yeah, like you know what I mean, because you get a wider audience in the nighttime, you know, as versus the daytime. But depending on what kind of content that you're trying that you're trying to roll with, you know,
that determines everything. And just like I said, long term, and I look at the stuff long term, my stuff works. And thanks to CG3, shouts out to him and the ones that believe in certain things in my content. But you know, I'm gonna stick with it. And just like I'm gonna do streams on it this week, this coming up this week, with the historical stuff, I'm gonna bring that more to the channel and break down pieces. And then after that, I'm just gonna be like, all right, I'm here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's what you got to be. You know, I have to look at my channel, what it's based off on. So once it is, I'm just going to do it. But the relationship stuff, that's like a hustle. I'm not going to deal with that.
Yeah, that's right there.
Yeah. That's not the way to go.
Bus, man.
You got a lot of females coming through these spaces. That's understandable. They're willing to learn. But, you know, the relationship aspect is kind of a given. It's like 20% of the space, not the whole space. You know, everybody's doing different things.
Yeah. You know, I kind of found that what happened this morning was a little bit. Well, I'm glad that it didn't go fully left, but it was just like, damn, nigga, like really, nobody cares about the snail.
Yeah.
No, correction, nobody cares about the slug. Nobody cares. We over here having fun. You want to work? You want to ask what was going on?
Oh yeah, around the 10-hour mark. Yeah.
Like bro, like when Kuda asked him, how long you been in this space? Only for 3 months. Damn,
He
nigga.
said
like,
3 to 4 months. Yeah. I was like, dude, you ain't got no content.
You haven't even been in this space for a long time.
You're a rookie.
Like you're a rookie, man.
Yeah. It's pathetic at this point. I'm glad I did this stream because I was thinking about it around early morning. But that's what you get. I mean, you got guys like that learn the hard way. And I told him, no, he needs to learn the hard way because he's not going to be over here with that shit. The problem is everybody else. And there's a reason for it. You got to understand, like, that night and then this morning, I saw a lot of things, and Red Supreme had a decent content, and it was with the Kwame situation. He looked at both sides, and it was decent people in the chat that I knew, E-Man and things like that. Shouts out to them brothers and David Bowman, and it went well, you know. And I wasn't over at Platts a lot, but see, when I went to Costco's today, I was listening to Red Supreme and his stuff, you know. And I said, you know, that's just what I did, you know, the earlier to that day. So I'm kind of pretty cool at this point, you know, kind of chill and things like that. You know, I know Kuda's not streaming because he's probably drained from yesterday and then early this morning.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. I don't know if he's gonna do that because it's the weekend. So, you know, he had our feel. He may do it tomorrow, but I don't know about this weekend. Now, tomorrow I may do a self live stream because I ain't going to be streaming until Monday and the 14th and the 17th. So I'm pretty good in this area.
Right.
Yeah, I'm on that type of time now. But, you know, I like doing these at night because you get a chance to talk to the people and then you extend, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I can produce that. And that's not no issue. So, you know, I saw BGS at the For the Record TV. I was like arguing with Queen. It's like, the fuck?
Wait, what?
They was arguing with the queen. They was talking, then it turned into like a debate. It was over. It was a couple hours when they was midway to the stream. He was in there. That's the first time he came over a small channel, and then I think our new style was there as well. You know, I shouted him out in the chat. So you know.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a rookie.
He
Yeah.
damn sure is, man. He damn sure is.
Yeah.
Shit, I was just like, man, should we clip him or let him live?
Mm-hmm. And that's what it takes.
Mhm.
But you know, it's just one of those things that you got to have. Like I was talking about it, and I said, "Man, this is gonna be good up here." So you know, and that's how you got to maintain it. I mean, people talk about a lot of stuff in relationships, and they just never had one. I've had one for like it was decades ago. It was like it was a 6 month. It didn't last long, but I understand the females I dealt with. It was just like a blur. You know, in my 20s, I don't really care because I was like a fly by night type person. And then I got away from it, you know, because I focused on what I need to do in my 20s. So I fortunately made it in a sense. I didn't have no dramas, no baby mama issues. I've beaten those. Yeah. You have to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like shit. Bro, listen. Listen, like to this very day, I will probably in this day and age, I'll probably still be the butt of the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh look, I was like, well, what about me? I mean, shit. I'm not dealing with the same problems half of you niggas are dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Like shit. Y'all
Yeah.
be creating accidental babies.
Mm-hmm. Some people say, "Oops, babies."
Oops, babies. Word. I got the nerve to clown somebody because they making good decisions with their life and they didn't get caught up with that shit at a young age. Like,
Yeah.
you know, but it just goes to show. It just goes to show how it just goes to show that people don't think about shit in the long run. Like
They
what?
they wait till shit happens. Mhm.
Yeah. Like they wait for shit to happen, and then once they hit 30, and it's like, well, bro, like you dropped the fucking ball.
Drop the 8 ball. Yeah. Ah, damn.
Like, goddamn, bro, like, like, damn, like, damn, niggas be hitting the fucking wall too. It's like shit, bro. Like, you didn't think about it? Like, damn, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel sorry for you, brother.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah. I feel sorry for your mother. So what did he said? I just get out. Get out.
Get out. I don't want no trouble here.
I said, just get out. The way he said it, you know. Fucked him up.
Like, what you said about my mama?
Woo. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, folks drunk off that purple paradise.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. They love the paradise.
They love that goddamn paradise.
Mm-hmm.
That paradise of
Hell. I mean, they think it's like Disneyland. Whee!
Amusement parks. Like, hey, we're gonna go on Kingdom Come. Like, shit, bro. Like, I ain't never seen folks that were that hooked on that. Whew. 'Cause shit, that's one hell of a drug right there. Than them hardcore drugs.
right. Uh-huh.
Shit, Purple Paradise, one hell of a drug.
Mm-hmm. It's like cocaine's a hell of a drug, sir. Wow. Oh, they
Hey.
say that in what you call it on a radio station. DJ JC. That's like, okay, DJ JC. Whew. Oh, gosh.
Oh man, this is gonna be one hell of a fucking week for me. Shit.
Yeah.
I just hope I don't kill nobody at my job. That's the only thing that's my only main concern. Not putting my hands on nobody.
Mm-hmm. They always want to try, and I think about it all the time. But I've learned, like, man, it's not worth it with these bums.
Yeah,
You know?
it's
Yeah.
really not.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not, man.
It's just like being apart.
Yeah, that part.
Ball
Yeah,
part.
that part.
Mm-hmm. Does he really care about my feelings? Yeah.
Do you care about my feelings? Hell no. I don't
Yeah,
care.
no.
I don't care about shit at the moment, motherfucker. I don't care about these goddamn rookies.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
He going hard.
Like, damn right.
Don't pressure me like no damn rookies.
Don't ever do that to yourself, player.
Mm-hmm.
Like, goddamn.
Oh man.
Oh man, he's right. Like shit. I ain't never ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And that's just the way it is. I mean, yeah, I love maintaining it, you know, and you it be longevity, and you see it, and that's it, you know. But you got to be that person to stick up what you believe in and things like that. But you know, I know people straight for like 1 to 2 hours. I mean, I done went 3 hours in, and it's good too. I'm just gonna do this probably tonight because yeah, I chose not to do another stream because I could have shut this down early and starting up another one. I said, you know what? Nah, I'm good because this needs to be out. This is the type that people can enjoy and they can come back for the playback. So yeah, man, I'm glad Tom Malone came up. I was a surprise. I was surprised because he usually be in the chat, not in no panels. I know he goes to different panels everywhere else, but not here.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, yeah, like, wow, like, even though this month was pretty crappy for me, but like, yeah, like, me too, man. Like, I was so glad that a lot of heavy hitters came by, man, on my channel. Like, Todd Todd pulled up in one of my earlier streams when I
Mhm.
was when I was doing my mixes, you know, and you know what I mean, and and that build with Sheep like back to back, man, like that was great, and with
Oh
Sheep,
yeah, yeah.
you
The last time I built with someone like that on this channel was the Sheep talking about DS1. Shouts out to him.
know,
He
yeah,
came through the other night. Yeah,
yeah, shout out to DS1, man.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
That's a good brother right there. Like Tone would say, man.
yeah, he
That
said that earlier in the stream. Mhm.
that's definitely a good brother.
Yeah. And then I think China shared my last video. It's a couple of people came through. A lot of chips. He's new. Been watching my stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'm here, but I do content. Yeah, I don't just troll a lot. She's I'm funny in the chats. I say, of course, I throw my little jokes in.
Yeah. You know, it's only right. You know, just to
Yeah,
break the tension off. Like,
yeah,
like I'll even do something stupid on the panel just to
yeah.
break the tension.
That's what you do.
Yeah, man.
I don't
Yeah.
take this stuff seriously like that, man. It's funny to me. The
What?
whole thing. Yeah, me and New do the same thing. That's what his channel is gonna be about. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Like sometimes you gotta be that silent class clown on the panel.
Right. It usually works.
You know? Yeah, I mean, it shows people that, you know what I mean, like it gives them that perception of it gives them that perception about you, like, oh, like, okay, like he's not only like a goof, he's not only like a class clown, but he can also speak some serious shit too. Like, all right, so he's the best of
Mhm,
all. You know what I
mhm.
mean? You always have to be yeah, man.
Yeah, jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm. A jack of all trades, man. Definitely. Definitely. You have to be. You have to be. Because if you ain't a jack of all trades, man, you're fucked.
Mhm.
Those bland personalities won't cut it over here.
No, well,
You'll learn the hard way.
yeah. I was on Juan G's panel the other night. Um, was it last night? Last night. He did very good and he impressed me. It was like a 50-minute stream. So me and New build a little bit. So we enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yo, Wands, man, like I be missing your shows, but man, like I'm definitely gonna pull up in one of your panels, man. Like shit, bro.
He had some joints. He's from Philly, so he had some nice joints on his channel.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Keep it up, Juan. Keep it up, man. Yeah, man. I think we doing good, man. I think we doing good. So far. So far we haven't we haven't bumped into any vipers yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Not
I
yet,
ain't got the numbers yet. No.
but I'm glad. I'm glad they didn't show themselves, but they probably watching.
Yeah, they probably hating.
Like always. Like always. And I said this earlier. I said this in one of my streams. I was like, listen, you ain't gonna do it 8 hours about me. It's like, why would you do something so stupid like that? Like
Mm-hmm.
you had like you talking about me. It's like it sounds like you in love.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it sounds like you want some young diddly.
Mm-hmm. That's what they here for, man.
Well, I want some young diddly. Like, well, I don't want no old coach.
Yeah.
The oldest I will go is 35. That's it. Okay, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I dealt with a 38-year-old. Nah.
Nah, son.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, son. Nah, I'm good. It's like I'm always getting singled out by the older ones. It's like, nah, no, I'm good, sweetie.
Uh-huh. Damn.
It's like, shit, I know you want some dick, but damn.
You that thirsty?
Oh, you.
Oh, not a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, not a problem, Juan. Not a problem, man. We all we got.
Yeah, for now. Yeah, we are.
You know what I mean? We all we got, man. We all we got. while the rest of these motherfuckers are losing their goddamn minds and shit. Losing it.
Let's see. Turn this bad boy off. Whew. He's about to give out on me. Hold on. Let me fight through this fan.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm good.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I was like a little. Yeah. Stay up a little bit. See what's going on. It's Saturday. It's the weekend.
Yeah,
man. I had to pay my phone bill during the stream.
So
yeah, it was a T-Mobile, but it's same $100,
Oh well, shout out to T-Mobile.
Yeah.
I actually converted to T-Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
I was Verizon.
Yeah, I got unlimited. So I'm good over here. My money's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cause man, listen, Verizon, shoo.
Yeah. Oh, they give people hell. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely fucking do. And shit. I'm glad my family made the executive decision on going to T-Mobile. And it was like, yeah, fuck it.
Mm-hmm. I can text and do everything.
Yep.
Oh.
Like, fuck all that.
I don't be on the phone that much, but only time. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the only time I'm on the phone is like if I'm like having like a deep conversation with one of my close friends and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's about it. But other than that, man, like I just use my phone for business and and entertainment.
Right. I use it for entertainment mostly. I use it for businesses too, because I got the email address and all that stuff. I'm good over here. Yeah.
Yeah. So man, this I got a lot on my plate for this summer, man, and then for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. And the game is tomorrow. I had to stop using the phone so much. That's why I be on the computer. Yeah, it's good too. I do both. I think my last live stream started out on the phone, right? Then I switched it back on the computer, and I had to leave the studio, and I had to sign in first on the computer, and then leave the studio. I was already on hosting it, so it was me. I had to enter it, so it turned out great. But the people that came, shout them out, man. Salute. And then Toya, Nude is here. So yeah, man, you gotta do what you gotta do, content wise.
Word up, man. Yeah. And you know, I said something on my Instagram. I said, you know, folks want like success, but they don't want to put the work in. They just want like, microwave fast results.
Exactly. That's how America functions. Mainstream media.
Yeah. And I also said, man, like shit, I don't give a fuck about how many subscribers these folks have, like how many supporters they have. You know, what's the support system looking like? Because man, listen, subscribers can subscribe and unsubscribe. You know, it's about how many supporters are actually supporting you.
Shoot, the most I had was 10 in the chat. Look how like came the last live stream. Yeah, but they watch you from the afar and the sky watch. Come on out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Juan. Exactly. Like they really do want the fame at point blank of an eye. Yeah, you definitely right on that. Cause that's I don't be getting that. I really do.
Exactly, Juan G's, and he had a topic talking about internet beasts to stay out of. I try to, man. I try to build my side over here and just do it in an efficient way. But I'll get there. You know, it's gonna be a few hurdles there and there, but that's part of the beauty of the growth. So I'm willing to make the attempt, make adjustments. It's like a sports team I'm running, a battleship right now.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, folks are gonna learn shit the hard way. Fame is one hell of a drug. Now everybody wants to be in your business. Like, fuck being famous. But eventually, your name will be bouncing from one inner circle after another. And you know, usually, you know, it's a double-edged sword, depending on if they're trying to network with you or they trying to be on some bullshit.
The most I had was 6 yesterday, and my views was happy. Yeah, that's how I start out one. Geez, I usually had 8 or 7. Eventually, it'll come. Yeah, you know, I can network from here. You know, I ain't doing much. I'm just trying to get my footing out here. You know, studio coming soon, but it's progress. You know, I got to be in a position to do that. So, you know, so I'm good. So don't worry about me. I mean, y'all be successful. I'm just trying to show you how to navigate through these spaces, stay away from extreme panels and shit. You know, you be all right. So we good.
Oh yeah.
We good. Some other folks, they on some other stuff.
Yeah, yeah, y'all. We we are the four pillars of this space.
Yeah.
And I don't mind it. I don't mind it, man.
I don't mind it either.
Like I'm always here to give some words of encouragement. You know,
Mhm.
I don't always go in on these maggles and strags all the time. You know, even if they get on my nerves and shit, like it's like the show must go on.
Mhm. Yeah. I think I fell on Kuda's panels twice on like 3 times. I think he did the firework during 4th of July. And I think this one with the do we like waste time? Yeah.
Yeah, 4th of July was pretty lit.
Hmm.
My neighborhood was whoo.
Woo. It was lit in my state too.
Oh, salute to you, Toe. Salute to you, sir.
Yeah.
This is like my second time I actually see you, brother.
Yeah.
But folks, yeah, man, like don't be scared coming through to my channel, man. Channel Hawker Show is the man cave.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You know, I do play music. Without getting suspended. Hee 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 hee. But you know what I mean? Like we the bad boys of this side, man.
Yeah.
We the bad boys. We move in silence.
Yeah, we got to.
But yeah, man, shit, like I'll probably go live like when I'm like when I'm in Virginia. Man, listen, yeah, y'all gonna see me in action. Uh, my label is having a little versus battle. Is me and my other fellow like in-house producer. So it's gonna be fun. It's definitely gonna be a treat. And y'all do not want to miss this shit.
Hmm.
You don't.
Let's see what time it is. Yeah. So, ooh, 3 hours in. Great. He's solid. Yeah. Oh, it's worth it.
Damn right.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I might check out what they talking about, man. It look
All
like
right.
a good ass time though.
Yeah. Yeah. Ty City had a panel right now with this third individual. So, knowing him, he does the Stream Labs. Check them out.
Oh, about Bitcoin?
No, they talking about Bitcoin and something else versus something. What's it called? I posted in the community tab. It's called Bitcoin Maximalist versus Sheep. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually, yeah, I think I seen that on my notifications.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna check these folks out.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
catch you around, brother.
All right, now,
All right, man.
peace.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm about to shut this down. About drained. Yeah, it's been 3 hours, almost 4 hours, man. Did a good job. Shout out to everybody. 1G, Slaughter Chips, She, Toya. Who else came through? Tom Malone came through. Appreciate you coming on the panel earlier. Rashawn, Sir Anthony, Queen. Yeah. So with that, I want to say peace and shalom.